SIBA Network. I am your host, Feach23. Alexa, turn the lights in the studio blue. All this fucking bright light shit going on right now. Alexa, turn the lights in the studio blue. Bitch. The fuck I thought. Oh, it's a little dark. Alexa, turn the lights in the studio teal.
Each, you sound really far on spaces. I don't know if you're talking away from your mic.
Yeah, probably away from the mic. How about now?
Much clearer.
All right, cool. All right, well, we're live on Twitter Space and we're live in the Discord. On Twitch. So if you can, guys, stop being dickheads. Just do me a favor and fucking share this shit everywhere. So it's worth it for me to do. We're going to be talking about high school, college, and pro. There's a lot of shit going down, man. A lot of stuff as we enter week number 3. Trying to charge my phone. We're entering week number 3 in the SIBA regular season for the pros, and this is week number 2 for high school and college. By the way, high school ends the 23rd, right, Bestford? Bestford's the dean. It ends the 23rd is the last day for the regular season. So make your push. We're gonna be talking heavy about high school today, especially because we got Bestford on the broadcast. No better person to be on the broadcast to talk about high school than the dean himself. We're going to be talking about college as we're wrapping things up in college. Let's take a look at the college standings real quick. The Brooklyn College Bulldogs, South Shore Vikings, New York Central Cougars, all 8-2, all clinched a spot in the Natty. We don't know what seeds they are yet. Wagner Seahawks can still get the top seed. If they win out and they go 9-3 and Central Cougars lose the last 2, they're on a 2-game losing streak. So the Cougars look dominant. That's Bank Tank Bill. He's had that team looking dominant all season. They have lost 2 straight games. We're going to go into all the college. Coach has been looking good, 8-2. Brooklyn College Bulldogs have been surging. Port Richmond Red Raiders on a 3-game winning streak to insert themselves back into the conversation. We're going to go over all that stuff as you're taking a look here. These are the standings. Older Gods clinched a playoff spot. So did Poisonous Darts. They just need some help from Poisonous Darts opponents to clinch the number 1 overall seed. On the other side of the bracket in the Shallend Conference, it is all said and done. Woo Chronicles have clinched the number 1 overall seed in the entire conference. Numerous Fauzi, thank you for the follow. They are 15-1 with a couple of more games left to play. It is all, they've wrapped it up. Method Men, they swept Method Men last night. Method Men now 4-10. They have been just going backwards all season long. The second half of the season. Guns and Razors still alive. After starting off red hot, they're 8-6. But Woo Chronicles have wrapped it up. They are far and away the best team in the league right now. I know, listen, Older Gods 14-4. I like Poisonous Darts, but I like Poisonous Darts every season. And every season, Poisonous Darts are one of the best, but they're never the best. Last season, as you can recall, it was Knuckleheads at the top team, and, and then the season before that, we had Legendary Weapons. And every season, it's Poisonous Darts are always like in the top 5. But they're never the number 1 team. You know what I'm saying? So right now, and this season coming in, it looked like they could have taken that number 1 spot. But, Woo Chronicles, again, 15-1. Last season, 14-4. Can't speak more highly about the job that Clutch has done since he became a pro coach. He took over middle of the season for Bulletproof Wallets a couple of seasons ago. Got his feet wet there. Took over full-time for a expansion team and went 14-4 and had the MVP of the league on his team. This season, they're 15-1. They have not missed a beat. I didn't even think they can get better than when they were last season. I thought they'd take a step back, to be honest. I mean, I knew they would be good. Don't get me wrong. I didn't think they would be able to repeat the same success. I thought that teams would plan for them. I thought the cat was out of the bag. But I knew that they would be good because, they had Famous on the team, and they were going to actually pair him with the first-round pick. Last season they didn't have a pick at all. So in the regular draft. Now you're going to pair last season's MVP with a first-round pick. They picked Tylox. That was a great pick. That turned out to be a fantastic pick. I mean, getting Tylox there in the first round, where they lost Merck. Merck was a really good big man, putting up numbers. and stuff. And you know, they went with the shooting guard. They went with the Call of Duty with the follow. Appreciate it. We're gonna go over how you move up in the rankings, all that stuff. As I take a bite of this Granny Smith apple, I'm starving. I'm on a new diet. My man Will with the sub. Let's fucking go, Will. Yo, we got 79 in the chat. Hold up. I got to fire up the view bot real quick. Since I don't have a view bot, can you guys please share this shit?
Feach,
No,
I have a question.
I shared it across all 3 levels.
Feach, are you doing the Twitter space from your computer, or you're still doing it from your phone?
I'm doing it from my phone, Bluetooth hooked up to the Tascam Mixcast.
Oh,
that's how it works.
You could do it much easier if you just sign on to Twitter on the browser and include your system audio.
I like it hard.
Stream. Oh, yo, what's up with you? What?
ESP Pop just subscribed. Let's fucking go with Amazon Prime. My man. So I said we'd go over high school first, only because, you know, we got Bestford here, and I don't know how long he can hang around. He's on vacation with his woman, so we don't know if, you know, how long he can hang around. So let's just go to the rankings real quick. And when were these updated? Was this update? Please tell me they updated last night. They weren't.
We still don't have. No, we still don't have updated from last night. We're still working on those screenshots. This is from the night before.
All right. So it doesn't. Last night we don't have. This is from Saturday night then.
Yes, sir.
Cold War Academy still at number 1. I'm looking for a team in particular. Where's Nap?
So Cold War Academy, their 2 guard dropped 87 points last night.
Jesus Christ, that's a new record.
Yeah, he broke the record. Yes.
What's his name?
Yep. The 2 guard is Six Pack.
Six Pack.
Six Pack.
Six Pat.
Yep.
All right.
He's a 2 guard on Mir the God's team. Yeah. Cold Wars.
All right. Well,
the number 1 team. Best 2 guard right now out there right now.
Keep an eye out for Six Pack as he's breaking the records over there in high school. Body 2X is now following. I appreciate that. 127 viewers as the view bot kicks in. Let's fucking go.
So Feach, not only him, but his center tied the most assists in a game as well with 25, which was held by Paranoid, the previous center. So his center had 25 assists, and on the same game, the 2 guard had 87 points.
I can't even type in my own stream because I have to log in. I was trying to type to somebody who's complaining about the 6 ads. Stop being broke.
So yeah.
And sub.
They're looking good.
I gotta go to my authenticator.
These high school teams would give a few pro teams a run for their money.
We always say that, and then they end up getting blown out. Remember me on this computer for 30. I always click remember me on this computer for 30 days, and it doesn't fucking remember me for not even a day. All right, so now let's take a look. I was looking for Nap because Nap was popping shit saying he was redoing his fucking roster around and blah, 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 and all this other shit. And he's only 4-3. He shouldn't even be in. Well, he's not in the top 16. So as of right now, he doesn't make the playoffs. There's a few teams that I would say like 11-4. I would like to see the Team Vengeance, PG Pookie. I don't know why this dude is 15 with a 5-0 record. I have no fucking clue how you're ranking these guys, bro. But like, I don't know how you can be up there with only 5 games played. Like, one thing is not like the others. Long-awaited 2K 4-0. These guys should be way down, bro. In the second page, way down. When it's all said and done, I'm probably gonna have to come in and I'll probably make the decision, a final decision, over who goes to the state championship. Since Bestford's new to this and doesn't have the expertise that fucking Dilla J had, I'm gonna have to step in for a season because some of these things, like I don't want this team Vengeance. I don't want this team anywhere near my team.
No. The teams that don't get 25 games played will not be in the playoffs. Those rankings will be adjusted.
Well, you can't say that because you need 16 teams in there. Not all 16 will have 25 games.
There's teams that I talked to today and yesterday. They said that they will get a lot of their games done today. A lot of teams got some games in last night, so those screenshots are being updated. And a lot of we should have 16 teams completed. Honestly, 25 games by probably Wednesday.
All right, cool. So join Justice Academy sitting there at number 2, humble mentality. Let's take a look at the only thing with high school is you can't see who's on a winning streak or whatnot because we don't have a schedule. We don't really have a schedule. But let's take a look at some of the screenshots from last night. So Cold War Academy actually won again. So where's Mafia? Cold War Academy. Oh, that's what you're talking about. 6 paths. I thought it said 6 packs. Okay, so 6 paths with 33 last night. A triple-double for just easy, man. I like that dude, bro. I've seen him play, bro. I've seen him on stream. I like him. He's a good player.
A lot of people have been calling him the next Skyza.
The next Skyza? Listen, bro, let's not jump. Let's not go that. Skyza's an MVP. Let's not go that far, bro. Relax.
Yep.
Don't get ahead of ourselves, bro. Let him get to
Yep.
college first. Let's see. Venomous. Some of these teams I don't even know. Shaq the Myth is back in this league. That's nuts. She loves Rob. Let's go. Let's see. Rockdale Bulldog Academy over the Wildcats. We can't even see that. Guys, when you're posting your screenshots, please, bro, I don't know, make it so that it's bigger or whatever. Venom Dimes. They actually played a game. They're getting run out of the gym again. He got an F grade and graded out. When is this kid going to fucking learn, bro? When is this kid going to learn? Alexa,
I mean, I've
turn the
had
lights in the
conversations with
studio red.
I've had
There we go.
conversations with Venom Dimes. You know, he's 6 seasons down in high school. I mean, you know, it's tough, man, getting out of high school sometimes. Some of these guys.
He just doesn't fucking learn, bro. If he wants to stay down there, let him stay down there forever. $35 for Love Sav. Love Sav, 35 points. Bomb McGrady, a Melanin Queen. I always see her around, bro. I see her around. I never really watched her play. 19-10 in a losing effort. She's playing for Retribution Empire. Let's take a look at these teams. Retribution, oh, they're fucking 4th. They're 18-6. St. Vincent St. Mary. Franchise players pleb. Styling God is a coach. Okay, there's Mafia Academy, who took that big loss, bro, the Cold War. So right now, who do you think? Who's the number 1 seed in high school? Is this, you know what I'm saying? Like is it Cold War's gonna sweep through everything? Is there a sleep like?
It's Cold Wars right now.
Well, listen, is there a team? Listen, let me ask you this: is there a team down here that just hasn't played a lot of games, but they do have the best players on it? Like, I don't, maybe Legacy Prep. I don't know. Look, like this dude, long-awaited 2K. Like, you know, some of these teams, like Team Vengeance is 5-0. Like, is it the fact that they're just not getting in the gym, but they're good? Like, are there any of these sleeper teams that can come up and work their way up the rank the last few days, get maybe 8, 9, 10, 12, 13 games in? It's a long shot. Like, this team right here will probably have to play like 12, 13 games to finish out the season to get in.
Feach, the only team that comes to mind when I think of that, what you just said, is Ice Island Academy.
Icy Island.
Yes, Icy Island Academy.
They're 9-7.
Yeah, that's the only team that, like, if they can put it together, I think they can make a run. But I don't think that the team.
They're 9-7. That's mediocre.
Mediocre, yes. I don't think he's playing with like the best starting 5. So I've talked to him. He said that he's had issues with some guys, whatever the case may be. But he's trying to get these 25 games in. He said he can get it done. We'll see.
Well, right now, 28-4, and they are no signs of slowing down for Cold War Academy.
Cold War Academy has not ducked any teams. They played anyone and everyone.
I love it, bro. I love it. I love it. Now, is that? Let me ask you a question. Is that a BYOT team that they brought in, or was did Burning scout that from scratch?
Burning scouted that team. I mean, a few of those guys were players that he brought back this season, but I mean, majority he's had Burning barely loads up, so he actually doesn't put himself on the court much. So these are actually, like, he gets about 6 to 7 guys I think 6 or 7 guys on his team actually have the 10 games minimum played. So they'll all be going. They'll be all eligible for college next season. So he's doing a fantastic job in terms of coaching as well.
Now, I haven't looked
getting
at the
his guys to
stats
play.
in a while, but I'm going to take a look at high school season 6, and we're going to take a look at these players. I don't like to look at points per game because, you know, it is a minimum 10 game played. But 6 passes, is that 35.1? Does that include his 80-something point performance?
That I can't tell you. I could ask my deputy deans that are his stat guys that are working on that currently right now. So 35.1 could be, or I'm pretty sure it's probably included. I mean, if you click on his name and you look at the games that he's played, it should say the 87-point game
True.
on there. If it's there. If it's not, then that's 35.
87 games, yep. 87 points right there. Boom. He still doesn't lead the whole league in points. It's no Bap C, who's averaging 23.5. He's probably played more games. But there he is right there, 4th. So no Bap has played how many games? 35 games in one season. That's fucking amazing. How did he manage that? What team is he on? Is it Born Humble? Let's take a look at Born Humble real quick. Born Humble has played 31. How did he play 35 games and the teams only play 31? Has he been on multiple teams?
It's got to be. That he played for
Or maybe you guys maybe you didn't update the standings, but they added the. If you're complaining about ads, bro, it's $5, bro. Get a job. So he's got 822 points. He's balling right now. Sale God. Now that player right there, he's going to be one of the most sought-after high school players going to college. He's absolutely going to go. Neef Chops. Let's take a look at the best defensive players. Steals per game. Vo is him. Are you familiar with these guys?
So Bo is him is actually from Team Ivo's team. They're I think like 14-3.
So look at this fine Koi kid. He's averaging 3.3 steals. He's on averaging 3. He's 5th in the entire league in steals per game. 3rd in points per game. Kid's a fantastic two-way player. Got 10 games played though. Want to see more? Who's fine Koi? Want to see more from him. Definitely want to get more than 10 games played. It's Westlake Lion Prep. Let's see, where's Westlake? Westlake Lion, they're 10-8. So they've got, he's played in 10 of the 18 games. Want to see more out of this kid, honestly, because for him to have 33 steals and 288 points in 10 games, that's fantastic. And he's 8-2 when the team's on the court. So he's 8-2 when the team's on the court. And the team is 2-6 without him. How about that? Huh? How about that? Well, that's that right here. That just goes to show you.
He's a real winner.
That just goes to show you what kind of player he is and and somebody that should be getting scouted heavy going into college. The team is 8-2 with him on the court. They're 2-6 without him. They need him on the court. And that's that's a problem. Because when you're going to college, bro, you only have a certain amount of scholarship offers to give out. And if you go and give a scholarship offer out to this kid, as good as he is, and he doesn't show up, that really fucks your team. And he's stuck on your team. Like, that kid is stuck there. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's a big red flag. Want to know why he's only played 10 of the 18 games. They need him on the court. Just imagine if he played all 18 games, what the record would be. They'd be way higher than where they are right now. They're at 19. They're sitting outside. This team is sitting right now. This team is sitting outside the top 16. They got to make a push these last few days to get to 6. I mean, listen, to me, honestly, I think that they're going to move up because this team's definitely coming down. I don't see this. He's an admin for WR Select anyway. He don't take it seriously here. There's no way he stays. I mean, this team only's got 9 games. You know, they're going to drop down. It's going to push Quran up, Disco School, Ghost Pepper. You know what I'm saying? You got to, and then Westlake. And if he's only played his 10 games to go to college and do the bare minimum, he's not going to get a scholarship offer. I can tell you that right now. Like, he's going to be on the list, but thinking about who we got as college coaches, and we're going to have a bunch of new college coaches next season because when I'm looking to move up coaches, and let me tell you, bro, there's a couple of coaches that don't know it yet, but they've already lost their job pending a deep, deep playoff run. They're not going to be coaching their teams next season. I'm going to college, bro. We are going to be moving up college coaches. That's where I'm going. I haven't done that recently. A couple of seasons, I wanted some stability there. But I'm going to be looking at some college coaches. We're going to be going over the college coaches that I like in just a few minutes when we move on to college. But we're going to be moving these guys up. We're going to have a bunch of new college coaches from high school. And to be honest, I'm just going to tell you guys right now, you take a look at a player that just does his 10 games and leaves. That's a red flag, guys. That's a red flag. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's definitely something that you don't want, like, you don't want to really invest your future into a player like that. He's got to get on the court, bro. Like, they're not even, I mean, like, think about it like this. This kid where we just spoke, obviously he's a good player, this fine Coy kid. His team right now is sitting outside the top 16. He's sitting outside the top 16. This kid doesn't get on the court between now and Friday to make that push to get his team in the state championship tournament. Bro, I would not give him a scholarship offer. I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that to my team, honestly. Because you know what he's going to do? He's going to play his minimum 6 games and then sit. You know what I'm saying? He's going to give you the bare minimum and just do what it takes just to get fucking up to the pros. That's a big red flag. He's got to get on the court for that team. And if Westlake is playing tonight, guys, when you watch the streams, look out and see if you've seen Fine Coy in the court. That's going to be big. Let's take a look at the top big men. Let's take a look at top assists. Cruz. Right here, I just seen him with points, right? What's he doing? He's averaging 24 and 10 over 10 games. So he's only got 10 games. He's on long awaited. Where's long awaited? How is this guy playing 10 games? His fucking team, and he's the coach. So it's not like that's bad news right there. Like, you got I'm rocking the Granny Smith, bro. My man here says 4-0, but he's got 10 games played. Yeah, really 5-5? Holy shit. All right, well, falling off. If you beat the number 1 seed, do you become the number 1 seed? Depends on where you are in the standings. So, if you beat the number 1 seed and you're anywhere around here, yeah, I would say that you would jump them, honestly. I'm not the one that makes the rankings. Bestford does. But if you're anywhere close, if you're like in the top 4 or top 5 and you go and you beat the number 1 seed, what team are you that you're saying you're 26-6? Retribution Empire? Okay. So you guys have won fucking 8 straight games. Because it says you're 18-6 right here. Wow, this has not been updated in a minute. So you guys are 26-6 right now.
It's because Jay is doing the stats. He's the head coach for the team, so he still needs to update the rankings for the stat page.
So you guys have won 8 straight since this is last updated. They got in 8 games last night. Fucking love it. I fucking love it. Meanwhile, you got this dude Nap over here who's always bitching about Pro-Am and what's wrong with Pro-Am. You want to know what's wrong with Pro-Am? Nap. This. How do you bitch about Pro-Am being uncompetitive? How do you go on Twitter and bitch all the fucking time about what's wrong with Pro-Am? You have a high school team and you've gotten 7 games in. It's fucking weird. It's absolutely fucking weird. Who's leading the league in rebounds? Where are my big men at? Got win percentage. Where the fuck's the rebounds at? Bro, who does the stats? We don't have rebounds? Oh, here we go. Rebounds. Boom. Just easy, man, with the rebounds per game. Number 1. Well, he's tied for first with Blick and TV. Blocks. Dots is with 21 blocks. From Cold War, 10 and 15.6 with 10 blocks. 10 blocks in 35 games. There's no defense there. Team's 31-4 with him on the court. College coaches, pay attention to these guys and their personal win-loss record when they're on the court. You want to see a big man, though, the biggest flaw in this kid's game, you want to see a big man defend the paint, bro. You want to see a big man get blocks. This I can't stand. You want to see, you got to be able to defend your position, bro. Speaking of blocks, Dots. 24 and 3 for Kawhi. He's the power forward. He's the one scooping up all the blocks. He leads the league in blocks. Defensive specialist, 7.8 points, 3.8 boards per game, 2.5 steals, and 21 blocks. Blocks per game is hoodie bump. Nobody blocks shots anymore. A small forward is leading the league in blocks per game. I tell you, high school is a crazy place. Three-point field goals made. My man, no Bap right here. He's got fucking 209 threes in 35 games. 20 and 15, though. Born humbled. He's born humbled. We just looked at them before, right here. 20 and 11. Well, they're 20 and 15 now, it looks like. So they're on a 4-game losing streak. And if you want to see the boys' stats, if they're not in the top 15, they ain't going to show up. I don't see no Lockie Pippen. Oh, there he is. 2.5 steals a game. My man Lockie Pippen in the chat, who didn't have $5 to sub. 15 points, 2.5 steals, 30 steals in 12 games. Pretty decent, right? We always say a top lock is going to average 3.5 or more. You average 3.5 or more steals, you're on Kish level. All right, 2.5 is mediocre. That's okay for a lock. 9 and 3 on the Blackwater Bisons that find themselves 11th in the rank. Now let's take a look at who's leading the league in steals average. Steals per game. Vo is him. Bully World, Steph. This is elite status right here. These three right here, elite status. Fresh Jet is close. But Bully World, Vo is him. These guys are elite status right now. 22 and 2. Man, every time I click at a top guy, they're always playing for Cold War. Oh, you might be onto something, bro. That fucking Cold War Academy might just be as good as a pro. We got to match them up with a pro. Any pro team want to scrimmage these guys? I would like to see that, to be honest.
So Feach, I already scrimmaged with them. So who I had on the court was me, Sonny is Money, bot account. I believe Chase was on back end, and then we picked up a lock. But they were all pro players, and I think they beat us by 8 points.
Clutch wants to play you guys. Set it up, man. Get a little exhibition going. Get a little exhibition going between the best high school team and the best pro team. Well, let's see what happens. Clutch, you got to set it up. Y'all don't have many games left. You're 15-1. You got 2 games left. Guys, take the night. Listen, Cold War Academy, you guys are locked in that top spot. I don't think you're getting knocked out. Wu Chronicles already clinched the number 1 overall seed in the conference. Y'all can take a night off tonight. Try to set that shit up tonight. Let's try to get that shit on stream. Let's fucking do it. Cold War versus Wu Chronicles. Best of 3. We'll do a best of 3. Best of 3.
So, Feach, the funny thing is we got MVP Famous Amos from last season versus up-and-coming phenom Six Pack, which would be a great, interesting battle between the guards on both teams.
Now, you got to remember one thing, guys. This Cold War Academy team is going to get broken up. They're not going to be able to all go to the same college because there's not going to be enough scholarships on one team to do it. So maybe a couple of them will team up. But after this amazing, and they're on an amazing run. This might be the best high school team ever assembled, is what I'm looking at right now. Even better than last season's Bear the Beast and Miami TMB and Torn Ankles. This might be the best high school team that we've ever seen assembled. After this run is over, though, in high school, maybe a couple of them go on the same college team, maybe 3 of them. Possible. It's possible that all 5 go. It depends on what college is going to have them. But I don't think there's going to be a college that has that many scholarship offers available. You know what I'm saying? And then after college, you know, Sale God and Bully World and Just Eat Bro, these guys are going to end up going in the draft, and they're all going to get drafted in the first 2 rounds, go to different teams. That's going to be the fun shit. That's going to be interesting when these guys eventually got to say goodbye to one another and become rivals in high school and the pros. That's going to be the fun shit. When you got Sale God on one team and Six Pass on the other, bro, that when you got fucking Bully World, Guard, and Sale God on 2 different pro teams, that shit is going to be a fucking movie. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to happen now because they still got the high school season. It probably won't happen next season. They might end up on the same college team. Maybe Sale God and Bully World have to end up going to different colleges and they got to play against each other. Who the fuck knows? But wait till this team, these guys go pro. Wait till these guys go pro and you see these guys performing, bro. It's going to be fucking lit. It's going to be amazing, bro. It's going to be fun as fuck. I really like how this high school season set up, and I like these numbers right here. This is more than what you see in the pros. Guys with high assist numbers. Maliano, 18 games, 15-3, St. Vincent, St. Mary. Averaging 18.3 and 10. Sale got averaging 20.8 and 8.8. J-Dog, he's 5-6, 24-9. We don't even have a team for this guy. Who the fuck is J-Dog? You don't have a team? What's going on? What's going on with my man J-Dog, bro? What am I looking at, Beth?
I'm sorry, what did you say, Feach?
What's up with my man right here, J-Dog? It just says point guard. He got no team next to him.
I mean, he should unless a team did release him, but I don't. From my knowledge, I thought he was on a team.
Hey, Feach. We got to speak, bro.
What's up, man? You see me covering high school, right?
You're covering high school, but you're gassing up the wrong person, bro. You're gassing up the wrong person. Like,
who am I getting?
He's going to be a dot gene at best in the pros.
Who?
Sale God TV.
Why are you saying that, bro? His team is
bro, we played against him with. Wait. I want you to know, right?
Right now, you're 16th.
Wait.
You're 14-9, bro. Come on. Why are you talking?
Wait. I want you to know, like.
I'm hearing that J-Dog got released, but he's averaging big numbers, bro. Someone's got to pick up J-Dog.
All right, so look, all right. We played with like straight playground people like my first 10 games. I played with straight playground people, right? We took them to 3 games with straight playground people with no IQ at all.
Uh-huh.
Bro, that kid is gonna be a dot gene at best in the pros. I promise you.
Bro,
he's not that good.
Bro, you're 14-9.
Bro,
you're 14-9.
Bro, I played 10 games with playground kids.
I hear you, Angel Bucks, but what Dot Gene was doing in high school, this kid is not. So when he gets to the pros, he will develop, is what Feach is saying. This kid is better than what Dot Gene was in the same position. You get what I'm saying?
We're only scratching the surface,
two
bro.
Seasons.
But what I'm saying is, like, I don't think he's gonna be good at all in the pros.
I mean, that's your opinion, and you're entitled to that, which is cool. No one's saying that he is or isn't. We're not, we're just giving facts right now, stats.
Well, I mean,
Wait,
Walker 9mm was a beast in high school, and he was very good in college. He was shit in the pros, he's not even in the league anymore. So there's plenty of players that turn out that way. There are. But when you see a team performing well, like, winning like that, bro, it's a good indication. Like, you're already coming from like a winning background. Listen, and you got to remember too, it all depends on the team that drafts him, the system that they got. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he gets drafted to a team that already has a top tier point guard and they say, yo, Selgar, we want you to move over to the 2, and he's not used to doing that, but, the team is a winning, like, if he goes and gets drafted by, I don't think he'll fall this much, but if he goes and gets drafted to a team like Poisonous Darts, right? And Poisonous Darts, they have Step Back Sam as their starting point guard. Obviously, Step Back Sam is cemented in that starting point guard spot. I'm taking Step Back Sam over Selgar 10 times out of 10 at this point because, Step Back Sam is proven at the pro level in SIBA and elsewhere, right?
yeah.
If they draft him and say, yo, we want you to play the 2 guard, that might not be where he wants. You know what I'm saying? Like, it all depends on the situation. They might draft him and say, yo, listen, bro, we're going to have you at the 2 guard. We got a big plan. Because, Yo Crazy's a good strategist. You know what I'm saying? Like, he'll figure that out. You know what I'm saying? Like, it all depends on the situation that he's drafted in. If he goes to a team that's, like, rebuilding and it's just him and maybe one other good player and shit like that and he's got to build it from scratch. You know what I'm saying? Like, it all depends, bro. Look at how Famous Amos's career started in SIBA. He was always good. He's putting up numbers, but now he's taking such a fucking dramatic leap forward. He got in the perfect opportunity. He got drafted to it. He fell out of the draft. He got drafted to an expansion team that was able to pick up his boys, right, and people that he's used to running with, and he's comfortable. Now he's on a situation where he's got tie locks with him. You know what I mean? Like I said, man, it may take a couple of seasons for these guys to you may not know what type of pro Selgar's gonna be until like his 3rd season in SIBA. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean,
Nah, yeah, I feel it.
but on the other hand, like you got players like Trippy who's come in and they played really well high school, college, and then the pros have just proven to be like, too fast paced for him, too much for him. And he's been struggling. He's had flashes of being really good, and then he's had games where he was just, it just didn't look like he belonged in the pros as a starter, really. So, it all depends, bro. But, that's where the good coaching comes in. That's where, the good scouting comes in. And also, it's on the player, too, man. It's on the player to make sure that you're working hard and shit like that. That's why it really doesn't benefit you all that much to just team with your boys in, like, high school and college. Because, once you get to the big dance, bro, like, once you get to the pros, you probably, like, you can sit there and be a famous and just wait for the right opportunity, but that may never come up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you never know, man. Sometimes it's all about the situation you get drafted in and you get put in.
Hey, bro, I was just talking on like my my perspective point against him, bro. I just don't think he's like that.
Well, you know what? We'll take a look if they want to run that scrimmage, and I think they do. We'll take a look at how they're looking, bro. We'll take a look at how they're looking. So I realize my camera's blocking shit. I'll make myself smaller. Nobody wants to see me anyway. Yo, let's. He wants to. They want to scrimmage the top. They want to scrimmage Wu Chronicles, bro. And Wu Chronicles is beating the shit out of all these pro teams, bro. We're gonna go, bro. We're gonna get to the pros and all that stuff. As soon as we're done with high school and college, we are gonna move on to college. So right now, like I said, really not much else we can say because this isn't updated yet. But they'll be updated probably by the end of the night or tomorrow morning, and we'll have another SIBA Today show. We'll cover the high school. I really wish we had our own high school.
By tonight.
We used to have our own high school broadcast. We had the Raw Prospect Report. We had College Now. These guys just weren't committed. We can have fucking high school broadcasts 2 or 3 times a week if you had people that were dedicated to getting it done. And right now we got 162 viewers right now. You know what I'm saying? That's without the view bot. So if you guys wanted to do this shit, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you don't get as much as what I'm getting. But if you're doing it to like 50, 60, 80, we could be we could be pushing that, man. Really, we can have a nice audience, especially high school comes out and supports high school. That's what I noticed. High school comes out and supports high school. These guys are heavy in the chat, bro. They're not in the playground anymore. They're officially making stats. They're officially on a team, and they've been dying to get involved. You know what I'm saying? They've been dying to get involved on the stream. They've been dying to get involved everywhere. And finally, you make a show for them, and they show. So high school absolutely shows up. So anybody that wants to do the high school chat, man, like I said, we'll have a conversation about it. Let's take a look at college season 10. Let's take a look at season 23 in the pros. Brow is leading, but I don't know how much this is updated. So we're going to go over the stats and stuff like that and all this other shit. But like college season 10 right now, Dosh top 5 leading everybody. For the Brooklyn College Bulldogs, the team is 7-2. They're 8-2 actually right now. Let's take a look at the standings here. They're 8-2. All right, so this is the college standings as it stands right now in the Bayonne division. It's the Bulldogs. Clippers will clinch. It's only a matter of time. The only thing that they're waiting on really is like another loss from the Falcons, and they should be in. Port Richmond Red Raiders, again, them also, they're 5-2. It's looking like 3 of these teams are going to make it, and only 1 from the Verizon division. Falcons still have a chance. They can go 8-4. Falcons can't lose. Falcons cannot lose another game. Let's take a look at their schedule and see who they got coming up. They got they got 3 games left. They're 1, 2, 3, 4. They're 5-4. Oh shit! Let me change that. They're 5-4. Changes a lot. That changes shit right now, right? So let's take a look at their schedule real quick again. They got the Vikings twice and the Red Raiders. This is a huge game. This is a huge game. First of all, this game means nothing if they get swept by the Vikings. Because then they'll be 5-6. You know what I'm saying? And then a win against the Red Raiders will put them at 6-6. Meanwhile, the Red Raiders are 5-2 right now. As you can see right here, they're hot. They're riding a 4-game winning streak. Red Raiders are heating up. They got the Rail Splitters who are terrible. They got the Warriors who are terrible twice. And they got the Pirates who are on a winning streak too. Pirates have not been good in recent seasons, right? But so far this season, they've been heating up. They've won 4 straight games. They won 5 out of the last 6. They hadn't had a win since season 8 until they beat the Seahawks. They won 5 out of the last 6. This AG DeVito kid's got his team playing hard, playing well. They're motivated. They got 2 games left. But this Falcons team right here, if they go and get swept by the Vikings, bro, they are fucking done. They're just done. Because there's no way, even if they beat the Red Raiders, because the Red Raiders are not losing both games to the Warriors. They're going to beat the shit out of the Rail Splitters. They're 5-2 right now, 6-2, 7-2. Like, they're going to win. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if they beat the Falcons, like, it's all over for them. What it's looking like to me right now, like I've said, I'm not saying that the Falcons can't do it. I'm not saying it's impossible. They're 5-4. But they got a back-to-back against the Vikings tonight. Vikings have been red hot. So it's going to be tough. Chiefs, 6-6, the best they can do. They need guys to start losing. These guys are done. Lincoln Rail Splitters, they got fucking 4 games left. Warriors, forget about them. So it's really these 3 right here. And Falcons with an outside chance, going to need a lot of help. They're going to have to help themselves, right? They're going to have to win the rest. I think that they have to win the rest of their games. I think the Falcons are going to have to win out the rest of their games because I don't see 3 losses on the Red Raiders schedule. So this is pretty much a wrap right here. The Clippers will clinch tonight if they play tonight.
Feach.
Yo.
Tomorrow night the Clippers and the Bulldogs, they have the back-to-back together and still. They have to play each other twice basically for the 1 seed almost.
So the Bulldogs do. They're 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have them 7-2. Where's it?
Yeah, they should be 7-2. They have a game tonight.
What, the Bulldogs?
The Panthers. Yeah, the Bulldogs have a game tonight.
I have them as 8. I have them as 8-2.
You might want to check that because they have a game tonight against the Eagles, and they have to play the Clippers twice.
So they didn't clinch yet.
No, they haven't clinched yet.
I
No.
don't know
So
why I
it's
have them at
still wide
7-2.
open.
I don't know why I have them at 7-2. I don't know why I had them at 8-2.
I'm not sure.
But I mean, I'm talking
yeah,
about they didn't clinch the division. I'm talking about clinching a spot.
Yeah, they clinched the spot though, right?
No, they didn't. 8 wins would have got him there because of all the other
I got
tiebreakers
you.
down here. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that means if they clinch the Clippers, it's only a formality. At this point, they're going to clinch. You know? And the Clippers have 2 games left. That's their last 2 games.
Yeah, so that's happening tomorrow at I think 9 p.m. or 8:30. I don't know if you guys want to stream that. It's a
Tomorrow or tonight?
big matchup. Tomorrow night, yeah.
Okay, so
Tomorrow night.
but the Bulldogs playing Eagles tonight.
The Bulldogs are playing the Eagles tonight, yeah. So that depending on how that goes, that could be their 8th win, and they can clinch playoffs.
And the Clippers got the Bulldogs. They lost to the Vikings last night. That stopped a 5-game winning streak. College is looking tough, bro. Over in the South Shore Conference, Cougars are the only ones to officially clinch. They have been red hot, but they've lost 2 straight games. They lost to the Lions and the Dolphins. And they got a back-to-back against the Seahawks. Bro, the Wagner Seahawks at 7-3 right now. They can reclaim the Outerbridge division for their own. I mean, you're talking about 2 teams going in opposite directions. The Seahawks have won 4 straight games. They're going to this red hot. The Cougars have lost 2 straight after winning their first 8.
So Ingles is finally showing up. Like the hype behind him is finally showing up.
So when is this back-to-back scheduled for? When can we get this shit on the network?
Trying to get that to also go tomorrow. Like I'm trying to have both the top teams fight tomorrow on both sides.
So
I'm trying to set that up
obviously
for the SIBA network.
Obviously, Seahawks are going to have to sweep because one win will get the Cougars the top spot in that division. And then you have the Farrell Lions at 7-4. Happy for them. Happy for Bay Heat, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm happy to see the Lions out there doing well, you know.
He figured it out.
Well, they lost 2 in a row, and then they came back and beat the Eagles. They have a split with the Eagles. They play the Panthers one more game. That should be 8-4. Panthers are looking miserable right now. They're 0-9. Seagulls. I mean, bro, you know, we talk about this stuff about coaches moving up, right? You take a look at Luwop, and he's been sitting there tied for the most amount of coaching wins all time. And you figure at some point he's going to break it this season, but we don't even know at this point because his team's bad, man. And, you know, it's bro, how can I promote these guys? You know, like, you know, before when the Dolphins have been a huge disappointment. Bro, they've been a huge disappointment. They started off 2-0. It was looking like, hey, Chef JT went 8-4, won his division last season. They started off quick 2-0. Like, it looks like Chef JT's figuring out they swept the foul lines. And look at this. He's lost 5 out of his last 6 games. 79-46, 97-54 to the Pirates. All of you guys want Chef JT in the pros. How can I push him? How can I promote him? Look at his team. Didn't even show up the past 2 nights. You want to say the Seahawks are good? Okay. The Pirates? Pirates hadn't won a game since season 8. Look at the Pirates. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I know they won 4 straight games. But look at the games that the Pirates have won. 3 of their games that they won in a row were against teams that didn't have a win. You didn't show up. The Dolphins have not shown up the past 2 games at all. And you know who that falls on? That falls on the coach. Team is just not prepared, not ready for battle, getting embarrassed. Look at these. Bro, I'm sorry for Chef, but, bro, these are bad. This is to the Warriors, 80-53. Warriors are not good. Oh, the Warriors are not good. You got blown out in your own building. Look at this. I mean, these are bad losses. And Chef, I know you're doing your best, but like, these results are just bad. I take a look at this, I see a team that just doesn't show up. Now, the team is 3-5. Got 4 games left. You got 2 against the You got 3 games against teams that have no win. Yo, your remaining schedule: 0-7, 0-9, 2-6. This is Hearn. This is gonna answer all the questions we got about Chef JT as a coach.
I mean, I'm rooting for him, but
He's got the Seagulls twice and the Panthers. This is 0-7, 0-7, 0-9, and then the Chiefs at 2-6.
He's got to win out.
You have to win all of those games, bro.
Well, when it comes to Luop, I will say that last season his roster kind of like was all over the place. Had to be a lot of red shirts. So this season, he's just kind of getting people on the court. So it's not. I wouldn't say this is indicative of like his coaching. It's more just he's just getting people games in. At this point.
And why do you think I didn't really promote any college coaches the past couple of seasons? I want to see these guys what they can do. You know what I'm saying? Like I want,
yeah, for sure.
So so we can say like red shirt or blah 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 this and that. You want to say that. But this is Lou Wop's 7th season in college.
Of course,
what we were doing before that. Where's his championships? You know what I'm saying? So that's why I like to make these guys wait. Some of these guys, though, I think that they've shown a lot already. I think they've shown enough as far as their coaching ability, their scouting ability.
Yeah.
I feel like they've shown, and we'll go over some of those coaches. But
I think Snarf, two different teams back to back, he's going to make the playoffs. So that's pretty good.
But a win out. A win out for the Dolphins. They go 7-5. That should qualify them for the tournament.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, you want to get a tournament win. You know what I'm saying? Like you want to.
He's got to make a deep run. Chef's got to make a deep run. He can't just get into the tournament. He's got to make a deep run.
Yeah, I mean, because listen, you win all. Listen, if you're a playoff team, you sweep these. If you're a playoff team, right here when you look at the schedule, you sweep these teams. And I don't want Chef. I don't want to hear about Volt, Hearn. At the end of the day, this is you and your team. You got a back-to-back with a team that's 0-7 going nowhere. You got another game with a team that's 0-9 going absolutely nowhere. And you got a Canarsie Chiefs team that's 2-6. You are a playoff team. You sweep these guys. We spoke about this on the last broadcast, right? What do we speak about? Good teams win the games they're supposed to. You can only play the games. You can only play the teams that are on your schedule. You can't control your schedule, really, right? I mean, you're going to play your division opponents twice. You're going to play the rest of the conference one each, and then you got 2 out of conference games that switch. Those are the only 2 games that switch. You can't control it though. You can't pick and choose who you want to play, like in high school. You got to play the teams on your schedule. And right now, this is on a silver platter. Luckily for you, the easiest part of your schedule you save for last. It's time to step up. No excuses. We don't want to hear about Hearn. Or Hearn is not loading up. Voltage is not coaching your team. He's not drafting your team. He's not telling you who to send scholarships to. At the end of the day, you got to get these guys focused. You got to let these guys know, listen, we're 3-5 right now. We suck. But we have an easy schedule on the way. And Chef, this is very important, if we are a playoff team, which I know we can be, we sweep these guys. We sweep the Seagulls, who, look at this, 85-59, 18-point loss, 17-point loss, 41-point loss to the Clippers. You sweep this team. You play the Panthers. Look at this. Look at these scores, Chef. None of these scores have been close. 83. Look at this. 46. 36 or 34. Oh, 47. 30. 52. They just lost to the Pirates last night, who hadn't won a game since season 8. They lost 81-49 and 90-43. This Panthers team is begging for somebody to put them out of their misery. Begging. They're begging to be euthanized. If you don't go out there and beat this team, if I see a loss to the Panthers, bro, don't ask about being promoted. Don't ask about the pros. You have not mastered the college level yet. You have to go out there and beat these guys, period. These teams are begging to be put down like a rabid fucking animal. They're begging to be fucking put down humanely. And then you got the Chiefs. Lost 3 in a row, 1-2, lost 3 in a row. I mean, bro, these are the games you have to win. I don't know what you got to tell your team. I don't know what message you got. And listen, if you go out there and you tell your team, hey, listen up. We're 3-5. Here we are, bro. We're in third place in the division. We're on the outside looking in right now. I've been a coach in this fucking college thing since season fucking 4. I want to go pro. We got to win. We got to make the playoffs. We're playing the bottom of the barrel. I don't know what you got to tell them, but if you give them a speech about winning, if you let them know that, yes, we're 3-5, but we can easily be 7-5 when the season is over, that should be enough to get us in. Depending on what the Pirates do, because you don't have the tiebreaker to the Pirates. 7-5 might not get you in. Pirates got 2 games left. Pirates get the 7 games, they're in. They got the tiebreaker on you. They beat you. They got the Eagles and the Raiders. That's good. That's good news for you because the Raiders are red hot. And I don't think the Pirates are really that good. I think what the Pirates have done is exactly what the Dolphins should be doing. Taking care of business against the weaker teams. And they took care of business against you because you're the weaker team. The Pirates have done exactly what they had to do. And they actually split with a really good team. They snatched the game from the Seahawks, which is fucking amazing. Shout out to A.G. DeVito, bro, and the job that he's done there, turning that shit around. They went from they were 0-4. They had not won a game since the last game, the second to last game of season 8. They went 0-12 season 9, and they went 0-4 to start season 10. They went that team went a long time without a win.
Hey, listen, we stuck with Vito. We trusted in him. We helped him, get better at being a player coach, and then he showed us. That's what SIBA's all about. Redemption.
He has got. Listen, he took a dead program and got them in the conversation again. He's got them in the conversation. How did he do it? By beating the teams he's supposed to beat on his schedule. He's got the Eagles. They're 4-4. That's a game you got to win. They'll be 6-5. Pirates control their own destiny, guys. They win 2 games and they are in. They win 2 games.
Isn't that crazy to say?
They win 2 games and they're in because one of the games against the Eagles. So if they beat the Eagles, they'll put the Eagles at 5 losses. And the Pirates will be at 5 losses, but they'll have the tiebreaker. They'll be 6-5. The best the Eagles can be is 7-5 after they lose their 5th game. Pirates win 2 games, they're in. That knocks out the Dolphins. Now
the Eagles play the Bulldogs tonight too. That's a tough game for them. They might lose that one.
Dolphins can't lose. Dolphins need help. The only saving grace for CSI right now is they got an easy schedule the rest of the way. Those are winnable games. Tasteful of Flate. Appreciate your follow. They have winnable games. They have the easiest schedule remaining. Now the Eagles, like you just said, they got the Bulldogs tonight. They got the Pirates, and they got back-to-back against the Seagulls. Seagulls are the punching bag of the league now. So they're 4-4, 6-4, 6-5. That Pirates game versus Eagles is going to resonate, bro. This Pirates and Eagles game is going to be huge. I fucking love this, bro. I fucking love this time of the year in college, bro, because like every game matters.
A lot of storylines now.
Every game matters. You can't afford a loss. You can't afford a loss. So is CSI taking a court? Are the Dolphins taking a court tonight? Do you know if they're taking a court against any of these teams?
Yeah, 9:30 back to back with the Seagulls. So that's 2 must wins right there.
Gotta get it done. They can't lose another game. They lose, they're done. If they win out, it doesn't guarantee that they're in. They're gonna need help. So in order for the Dolphins to make the playoffs, they have to number one win out. They can't lose a game, right? Then they need the Eagles to lose a couple games. Well, actually, yeah, the Dolphins, they beat the Dolphins twice.
They need the Bulldogs and the Pirates to beat the Eagles for them.
Well, they need the Seagulls to go and beat them. But they need to get the 6 losses.
I'm wondering if any team's going to lose to the Seagulls this season. That's going to look bad. They basically have a guy who's never played point guard running point guard.
Listen, I'll tell you right now, if you're Lou up and if you're on the McKee Seagulls right now, tuning into this stream and you're sitting there 0-7 and you feel embarrassed, let me tell you something. You want to know how you go out and have fun? Go play spoiler and beat one of these teams, because every fucking team that the Seagulls are playing are right in the mix of the playoffs. Besides the Panthers, and plus you want to go. Listen, this Panthers and Seagulls game, the loser of that might end up 0-12. So that's a big. We're not gonna have 2 winless teams because these guys face each other. But, like, if you're the Seagulls, go out there, bro, and just play spoiler. Go out there and take a game from the Dolphins and just fuck their season up. Go out there and take a game for the Eagles and just fuck their season up. Make it interesting. That's what you do if you're on the Seagulls. Let's take a look at who's on the Seagulls. I don't know if the roster was finished or not. Let's take a look at this. Who do we got on the Seagulls right now? FedEx Tracker, Big Trap Fat, Lucky Dunk. My man Lucky Dunk, Goof. Why isn't he? Oh, he got transferred. Is that his new team? He got transferred to the Seagulls. Put Goof in the game.
No, Lucky Dunk has always been a Seagull.
No, I'm talking about Goof. Remember, he was in the transfer portal.
Oh yeah, we transferred Goofy.
So he got transferred to the Seagulls.
Yeah, they needed something.
Put him on the court, bro. Let him wild out. That dude's got so much.
He's on the court. He's been on the court the past 2 games.
Bro, let him go. Listen, if you're on the Seagulls right now, bro, this is what you want to do. You want to go out there and you want to be like, yo, we're going to troll these fucks. All the shit that Feach was talking about in the stream, we're going to fuck it all up by taking a game from the Dolphins, taking a game for the Eagles. Just go out there, bro, and just ruin their parade, bro. Just go out there and make the Dolphins cry. Go ahead. You want to cock block Chef JT's shot at coaching the pros? There's your motivation. Go fucking knock him down a peg. Because I know Lou Wop is rooting for that. Lou Wop don't want to see Chef JT go pro before him. They've both been coaching their teams the same amount of time. So they're competing who's going to get to the pro first. Man, Lou Wop's going to get that team motivated to play the Dolphins, bro. I'm telling you. Then you go play the Eagles. Chef, I do love you, bro. I do, man. And the storylines surround you, bro. Like, I'm not saying that you're this dude's Chef, bro, is getting all upset. Listen, bro, you got to embrace it, man. This is fun right here, bro. This is fucking fun. Like, you are the face of eventually one of these days you'll end up going to the pros and shit. And you know what's going to happen? You're going to miss college because it's been such a big part of your story here, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's been a big part. Like, we don't know the Dolphins without Chef J. Like, you are the Dolphins. Like, ever since you brought in those AWG guys with fucking Kevin Durant Jr. and Hoodie Goody and Austin Mack and all those guys. Ever since you brought these guys and shit like that, they anointed you to coach and all that shit. And I'm V. Russ. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have been the stalwart for CSI, which is actually my alma mater. That's where I went to college, the College of Staten Island. So you're coaching my actual old college. Like, we don't know what it looks like without you there.
I will say though that you're always talking about undeniability, right? Like, that's where how you make your name in SIBA, undeniability.
Yeah.
If Chef wins out, gets in the playoffs, makes a deep run, maybe even wins the championship.
Oh, forget it. That would be the greatest story. But first of all, that would be an 8-game. That's an 8-game winning streak. The last 4 of the regular season, then Elite 8. That's a 7-game winning streak. Then Elite 8, Final 4, National Championship.
You'd have to go through torn ankles, the Cougars.
Hey, Chef.
Whoever's the champion.
Win 7 games in a row, my guy. Get it done. Get that shit done.
You can't say he don't control his own destiny, though.
You do. You got to. Well, no, he doesn't, because he needs these other teams to lose. He needs the Eagles to get to
He needs the
6
Eagles to drop
losses.
a game or two.
He needs the Eagles to drop 2 games, right?
Yeah.
He needs the Pirates to lose. Here's what it takes for them to get in. He needs the Pirates to lose. Well, let's see this. Hold on one second. Where are we with Dolphins? So he lost to the Seahawks. So forget it. They got the tiebreaker on him. They need this team to lose 2. You need 2 losses by the Eagles, 1 loss by the Pirates, and you got to win out, and you are good. And you are good to go. That is a playoff berth for the Dolphins. Win the rest of your games. 2 losses by the Eagles, 1 loss by the Pirates, and you're in. And you know what? The loss by the Pirates and 2 losses by the Eagles is not far-fetched, bro. It's not impossible. Because remember, the Pirates play the Red Raiders, and the Red Raiders have got 4 in a row. They're heating up. The Eagles have been up and down this season. And they got the Bulldogs. So that could possibly be a loss. And then the Pirates in a must-win. The Pirates come out swinging. Pirates take that game. Like, bro. Oh, Amazon just delivered my new keyboard. Awesome. I just see him right outside. It's not outside the realms of possibility that those teams lose what they got to lose. The CSI's got to win the rest of their games. Listen, if you don't, hey, get it back in season 11. So now, what are we talking about here now? We got the Vikings. Who's the best team in the North Shore Conference right now? Is it the Vikings? Are the Vikings the best team? They got Still Paulie is a fucking he's a triple-double machine. Where's Skyzer, bro? Hey, Skyzer, you got some competition coming your way.
There's some
4
quality in college right now.
triple doubles in 10 games. My man Still Paulie got 4 triple doubles as a fucking freshman. He's got the triple double crown for for college. So Still Paulie, one of the top recruits in the league. Let's take a look at the stats for college right now as we take a look at the top performers. And I just got word that this is updated from last night. So Dosh top 5 is leading the league in points per game. This is a minimum 9. If you don't see yourself on here, it's because you haven't played 9 games. You know, I'm going to change that. I'm going to put that to a minimum of 6 because that's what it takes to get. That's what it takes to go. So if we change that, we got line leader. Geek with the shifts. J-Boy go crazy. Dropped 50-something points. I had to put him in the record books. Dre ND, good to see him actually playing. Glitchy out here. You know, Glitchy has been in this fucking Discord for like years and just never took it seriously. Good to see him. How many games has he got as a freshman? He's got 11 games played for the Lions. He's played every game for Farrell. Good shit. Got Biden claps here at 33.7 for the Falcons. $47 to 51-point game. That's right. I had to put him in the record books. Scoring machine. 69 threes made in 9 games. That's over 7 threes a game. That's fucking nuts. Almost over 7 threes a game. My man Demi Tough in the record books a couple of times. Issa Creed got in the record book. Still Paulie out here with 13.8. Let's take a look at Still Paulie's overall stats. 17.2, 14 boards, 9 assists. He's almost averaging a triple-double. My man Still Paulie on the team. He's 5-1. He hasn't even played in all the games. He's only played in 6. So shout out to Coach for getting his team in the gym regardless. But in 6 games, he's already got his eligibility. Kid's averaging 17, 14, and 9. Is this the top prospect coming out of coming out of college right now?
No, I still think it's torn ankles. He's playing out of position and killing it at point guard.
I mean, this guy's averaging damn near averaging a triple double.
Yeah, but
Where's I don't even see torn ankles. I don't even see torn ankles up here. Here, there's torn ankles. Oh, double press. That's his gamer tag. Okay. So he's been in the record, but he's averaging 16 assists a game.
Yeah, you see, and he doesn't play point guard, and he's averaging 16 assists.
Like, he had 24 the other. He's on the record books 3 times this season. 2018, 24.
Yeah,
he's going. He's a maniac. Oh, he is a maniac.
To coach for ESP Pop for actually getting them on the court, like even out of position, he's getting them on the court.
Oh, he's been going heavy, bro. He's been playing like a maniac. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll put him above him, but probably be top 5 prospect for sure.
I guess it depends on what you need. I mean, if you need a big, I guess still Paulie is the best prospect there is for a big man.
There's no way you draft a rookie big in the first round, though, right?
Why not?
There's no way you can't do that.
You don't draft a rookie big that just averaged damn near a triple double in college. Do you not see who's playing in college now? Do you not see the type of players that are here?
I don't think you draft a center in the first round ever, anyways, unless you have your point guard. But
all right, well, what if you're Sonny?
If you're Sonny, maybe,
right?
But even then, Sonny's his SPH. Like I don't know how he's like in use meter.
Traditionally, you don't draft a big man in the first round unless you already have your point guard.
Yeah.
But I mean, bro, obviously he's the best big man prospect coming out of coming out of college, bro.
100%.
And still, Paulie, I don't think you get taken in the first round anyway. I would say mid to lower 2, second round.
Yeah, I could see that. He's going to do well in combine as well.
I can see you getting drafted in the first. If you get drafted in the first round, that means the team that listen. It's not bad to get drafted. Here's the thing, bro. Like, it's not bad to get drafted in the first round as a center because if you get drafted in the first round as a center, that means that team already has their point guard and shit established already. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that means either the coach is a top-level point guard or they got the top-level point guard like a second round. Like, kind of like, legendary weapons could definitely use the help. You know what I'm saying? They got Marquise as a second-round pick over there. So, I mean, they've been missing an elite big man, right? That would definitely help that team. They're 5 and I think legendary weapons are 5-9 now. They've on a little 4-game losing streak. So, that's definitely a team that I can see maybe going big man in the first round,
Mids also is, I think Mids is moving to point guard next season. Like, he's been playing point guard a lot.
I mean, I wouldn't do that, bro. I just go, I mean, what are you going to do with Marquise? I mean, I think Marquise is a solid point guard to be kept with a second-round pick. When you got your point guard with a second-round pick, that's big, Strap Mito, 3.8 steals. So, obviously, he is doing the most work as a lock. 3.8 steals per game. That's elite level. That is Kish level. That is Kish level steals right there. In 9 games, too. So, a nice sample size for the Clippers, who are 7-2 right now. Or I think they're 7-3. So, maybe he was missing on the court for one of their games. Let's take a look. 6 steals, 5-3. 6. Hit 6 twice. 9 in the last 3 games, averaging 3 a game in his last 3. All wins. Actually, 1 loss. And then blocks. Henry returns. Players just aren't the block shot is a lost art. As far as the college recruiters that we're looking to bring up to the pros, I don't know. I can go over like some of the guys that I think that earned an interview. Of course, that could all change depending on how they perform in the tournament. But we're over an hour in. I haven't gotten to the pros yet, so we're definitely going to get to the pros. But we got action tonight. So before we move on to the pros, Hearn, what are the games that we got scheduled for tonight?
For college? So tonight we got the Eagles, Bulldogs.
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock. We got the Seagulls getting up to 3 or 4 games. I think that they're trying to finish their schedule tonight. We'll have the Warriors and Raiders playing tonight as well in the back-to-back. Not they haven't locked the time yet.
So
but
Lou
they're talking.
posted today. He's got Seagulls and Dolphins back to back tonight at 9:30.
Yeah.
All right.
And then Chef DeOne and RFA the Heat, I think will play their final game tonight. So RFA will play his final game tonight. So Lions will be done
All right. Awesome.
tonight as well.
So that's the Lions and Panthers.
Yeah. And then on still early, so maybe more games will be locked, but we'll put them on the recruit chat when they're fully locked.
All right, so we are coming to an end to the season 10 college regular season. It is heating up. So many different playoff possibilities. Like I said, we're looking at similar situations in each conference. One conference is probably going to have 3, while the other one has 1. No more clear than the North Shore Conference Bayonne Division, all the way down to the Red Raiders are in 3rd place. They're 5-2. Falcons at 5-4. They're gonna need help. They can't afford a loss. So the Falcons can't afford a loss. They got coming up the Vikings back to back and the Red Raiders. The Red Raiders, that's a huge game. Red Raiders have Lincoln Rail Splitters. That's an easy win. They got Curtis Warriors back to back. I just don't listen. That's 5. That's 6. That's gonna get them to 8. You know what I'm saying? If they get to 8 wins, then they're probably gonna be in, unless the Falcons beat them and take the tiebreaker.
I wouldn't call anything an easy win, man. It's SIBA. It happens.
I know, but
Spoilers.
when you're red hot, you got to beat those teams. So we can count it. Listen, we can count the Chiefs out. Listen, the Chiefs and the War. These guys aren't mathematically eliminated yet, but I mean we can pretty much count these guys out.
But yeah, they're pretty much done.
Lincoln Rail Splitters are mathematically eliminated from the playoff contention anyway. But it really comes down to these 5 teams right here. The Bulldogs, Clippers, Vikings have already clinched, Red Raiders, and then the Falcons are the 5th team. There's only 4 teams per conference that make up the Elite 8 for the Natty. So that's what we're looking at, guys, and we're going to get this playoff picture is going to get a whole lot clearer before the weekend. Hopefully we can start the national championship tournament by this weekend. So we can start the national championship tournament.
Feach locked it, Voltage locked it for next Wednesday, 8 p.m.
Oh, next Wednesday?
On the stream. Next Wednesday, 8 p.m. stream. But we're going to finish. I'm going to make sure everybody gets in the gym and finishes the season.
That's not a problem. Next Wednesday's cool because we'll be in the middle of the pro regular season for their last week also.
Right.
Voltage is asking for expansion. I don't know if I can because I'm bringing up too many college coaches to the pros. It depends, bro. And I gotta plan the expansion a couple of seasons in advance. So I don't know how I would do it. I'd probably just add. I mean, it's 16 teams. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I would have to figure that out, to be honest.
Only thing I'm gonna say on that is that top recruit list, it's growing, man. It's growing heavy.
It is, and I know we need more teams. I know it, bro. I know it.
I know.
When I listen,
I'm just worried people will get worried.
I'll tell you.
People will get mad that they're stuck.
I'll tell you that. All right, so I'll tell you this, right? And again, what I told you these guys this a million times. What holds me back from expanding? The lack of available quality coaches. So you guys got to start developing these coaches, bro. You got to start developing these high school coaches.
We are. We're on that.
But if I do expand it, which I will, listen, I can tell you this much, I will expand it before this 2K ends. There will be, we are going to go to 20 college teams before this 2K ends. I can promise you guys that. So don't worry about it. I will add 1 extra team per conference, 4 more teams. So that's 7, 14, 20. That's 28 more players that are going to be able to come up from high school. So we will definitely get that at some point. Not going to be season 11. Probably won't be season 12. But if you want, we can start working on aiming for that season 13. Right? So season 11 will probably begin realistically sometime in March. Season 12, maybe April or May. And then season 13 might be the last season, depending on, on how long it takes for the pros to finish. Maybe we go into the last one season for 2K24, and we'll expand it then. And we'll just go out with a fucking bang. All right? But this is your playoff picture right here for college season 10, shaping up to be a good one. Now, the pros. The big dogs. And if you don't subscribe, you better want to subscribe right now so you don't get slapped in the dick with an ad while we're going over the pros. Let's take a look at this. Some teams that clinched. Supreme Clientele, the first season in the outlet era, have clinched at 10-8. They did not clinch the division. They just clinched a playoff spot. Cuban Links behind them, 7-4. Bells of War underneath the 12. So there's some of these coaches are going to have a big problem coming up. There's some of these guys are not going to get a performance review. They're just going to lose their spot. You're at 10 games. Here's the thing. You're at 10 games after 2 weeks when you know and you were told and you were tagged that you need to get to 12. You should have did whatever the fuck it took to get that team in the gym. I don't give two shits if you had to put Skibbity Bap on the court. The fact that you didn't, anybody under 12 games, the fact that you didn't do everything you needed to do to catch up tells me everything I need to know going forward with you as a coach. Killer B, 6-8. They just can't figure it out. Winter Wars, 0-10. Didn't get to 12. Always a problem. This division right here, very tight. Nobody's running away with it. Pro Tools, 8-7. Johnny Blaze, 7-5. Killer Hills, underachieving. Iron Man. So Iron Man is interesting. This team looked dead in the water. Then they won 2 straight. They took a game against Johnny. They split with Johnny Blaze. That was a huge. First of all, they swept the Pro Tools, which kept their season alive. Then they lost to the Knuckleheads, which was bad. They lost to Johnny Blaze, but they salvaged the game. And then they beat Legendary Weapons. And it may not seem significant, but they're a half game behind the Killer Hills. So they're right there. And then the Knuckleheads 4-9, they're out of it. Bulletproof Wallets 10-4. They've been stagnant the past couple of nights. They've been sitting there at 10-4, but they've already clinched. Liquid Sword 7-5. Glaciers of Ice. Good to see Pest have his team above 500. 8 Diagrams has been sitting forever waiting for their last game to play against Kemp. And then Scarface is right here at 5-7. They've been a little stagnant. I haven't seen Sonny in the Discord, but he did get to 12 games. So he's he is on pace. But, I mean, bro, what are we looking at, man? We're really looking at the Scarfaces at the bottom of the division. Bro, I'm telling you right now, bro. I've heard nothing but crying and complaining about trades, about, you gave Scarface, blah, blah, blah. Like, they're at the bottom of the division now. It's going to be back-to-back lottery seasons for Sonny. When that shit was unheard of. And, of course, Wu Chronicles running away with everything. Guns and Razors right there. Let me take a look at the schedule real quick for them. Guns and Razors won 2 games in a row. They beat Glacier of Ice, Shadow Boxes. They needed those wins because, this team was 7-1. And then they played Wu Chronicles, and they got swept, and then there was just 5 straight losses. They played themselves right out of it, and they won 2 games. They got Winter Wars, should be a win. Killer Hills, Johnny Blaze, Bring the Pain, another win. Bring the Pain, one of the worst teams in the league. I feel bad for Jay Ariel. He's got a performance review coming up. Don't want to get rid of him, but he just doesn't look like he can compete. Method Men 4-10. They're on a downward spiral. They went from conference champions, 1 win away from winning the title, right, to now losing 8 out of their last 9 games. They're 1-8 in their last 9. To fall completely out of contention. They have 4 games left. I mean, if they want to even try to sniff a 12 seed and be part of the conversation, they can't lose another game. They got Criminology coming up. Criminology's 5-7. So Criminology was dead in the water, right? They've won 3 out of the last 4 games. They've actually won 5 out of the last 7 after starting 0-5. So they're 5-2 in their last 7. They've re-entered the conversation. They're 5-7. They bring the Ruckus back to back. If they can go and sweep that team, they go 7-7. And then sweep Method Man. Like, they are still alive. I know they just traded Venom away. They got Chubb. That was a matter of content. That was a hotly contested trade. But at the end of the day, what you guys sometimes you don't seem to understand, it's vibes, bro, too. You know, sometimes you're just not meshing with Venom. You know, and it looked like they were starting to heat up a little bit, but I think the loss of the Knuckleheads really solidified it that, hey, you know, we need to change. They beat up Apollo Kids at Winter Wars, 2 bad teams. But they got Sons of Man. Bulletproof Wilds are going to be tough. But these division opponents right here, they got to take advantage. Shadow Boxers, 8-4. On top of the division. How about that? So Lazy went from almost getting fired to being at the top of the division. Of course, you want to see them with more than 12 games. But Shadow, see, this is the difference between Lazy and guys like fucking BX King and Black. Like, he knew he had to get his team in the gym and get to 12 games by Monday morning, and he got it done. And not only did he get it done, but he got a 4-game winning streak. You don't want to see this, though, right? You don't want to see a loss with an Apollo. You don't want to split with the worst teams. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to see that. But, I mean, a beatdown of Assassination Day, another division opponent. They took care of business against Bring the Pain, Legendary Weapons, who are not good teams. They are, right now, they've won 4 straight games, and they're 8-4. They're right there. Assassination Day, 7-6. This team is an enigma. I mean, they were red hot. They've lost 4 out of the last 5 games. With only one, they split with Apollo Kids. You can't do that, right? Rushing Elephants. Rushing Elephants were red hot until they took that loss to Protect Your Neck last night. I mean, this team started 0-4. It wasn't look like it was meshing. It looked like maybe it was they looked like they were U-bots made. It looked like, oh, we're not going to be able to replace U-bots in this lineup. It was U-bots all along. Maybe, you know, Jack Threes was just benefiting from U-bots being there. And then they went on this tear here and it went fucking 7 of 8. They went 7-1 over the last 8 games. They lost to Protect Your Neck in a tough game. They got Wu Gambinos and Shadow Boxers. You got to sweep this team. You're the defending champs. You got to sweep this team. You got to go into the Shadow Boxers thing, and you have to at least split. You can't get swept by Shadow Boxers here. You guys are the defending champs. You're red hot, right? You know you lost to Protect Your Neck. You got to brush that off and keep going. And then you got Killer Hills, an out-of-conference opponent, who's another team that's struggling. So Rushing Elephants right there. This is tough. 7-6, 7-6, 8-4. Division is not done by any means. Wu Gambino's 4-5. I mean, they haven't. I mean, talk about a coach that just wants to get fired. Look at this. I mean, the only saving grace is that 6 of his games are from 3 teams. They're just division games. Mathematically, they're not out of it. But I mean, being at 9 games after 2 weeks is just a recipe for getting sent down to high school. Not even being re-entered in the draft. Just getting sent down to high school. They got 36 chambers. We're going to go over them. Golden Arms might have a new coach next season. 8 Diagrams. And 8 Diagrams have been sitting on this game, trying to get their season done. Apollo Kids 3-13. It seems like fucking season 15 was millennia ago. Guys, I remember season 15 when this team went 15-1 under Kicks. And much like Buck and Voltage crying after every trade, the whole league was crying about the Apollo Kids when they went 15-1. Yo, Feach, your rules just gave them a dynasty. This team's never going to lose a game. We have not heard from them. I mean, they ended up winning a division again, but they haven't gotten close. And now they're 3-13. That Apollo Kids team is all done. And Kicks is just going to have to he's rebuilt that team over and over again. Cannot duplicate the same success. He had Best Bait, who's in the pros now, who's in the 2K league. He had Best Bait on that team. He had Brow on that team. That was a solid team. But it's been a long time since Kicks was considered an elite top-of-the-line coach with a top winning program. Moving on to the Princess Bay division. Poisonous Darts have it all but locked up. They'd have to lose their last 2, and Ghost Showers would have to win out if they, in order to lose the Princess Bay division. So they're running away with that. Ghost Showers at 8-4. Now there's a nice surprise. I know it's with Killer J's team. Bestford's done a good job of putting it together. They have won 5 games in a row, and they have good wins. They own good wins against 36 Chambers, Legendary Weapons, Method Men. They got Poisonous Darts coming up. That's a big game. If they want to keep their slim chances at winning the division alive, they're going to have to play that. Black Diamonds back-to-back. That's going to be huge, right? Black Diamonds 7-6. Black Diamonds need both of those games. They got Shadow Boxers coming up. Golden Arms. Seems like everybody got Golden Arms left because that team doesn't play any games. And they got Knuckleheads.
Those are all winnable games, Feach. Winnable games.
So those are 6 games left on the schedule. They win them all. They go 14. If I don't think they're going to win them all. I think at this point, though, I think if you got to 10 wins, that's it. They were 9-9 last season. I know you want to do better than that. You're 8-4. But, you got Poisonous Darts. It's going to be tough. I mean, if you split with Black Diamonds, I would consider that a good job. You want to beat Golden Arms and Knuckleheads. If you lost the Shadow Boxers, they're 8-4 with you. That's tough. 1, 2, 3. I mean, you get to 11 wins, and I think it's a great season. Sons of Man 7-5. So they went on a rough streak. They lost 3 games and they won 3 in a row. They just lost by 18 to Bring the Pain. And we haven't seen them on the court in a minute. They got a back-to-back against Legendary Weapons coming up. We got to see them in the gym against Cash Rules. They got Iron Flag. Listen, Legendary Weapons, they're 5-9, but they're a division opponent. It's not easy. They're a dangerous team at 5-9. Cash Rules, dangerous. Iron Flag, going the opposite direction. Criminology, heating up a little bit, and Johnny Blaze. We're gonna know all we need to know about Zach and Sons of Man within the next few days. Black Diamond 7-6. They've won 2 straight. They've got Ghost Showers. They got Legendary Weapons. They got 3 more division opponents left. Assassination Day, 36 Chambers, and a Wu Chronicles beatdown awaits them. And then Legendary Weapons. They've lost 5 out of the last 6 games. So they're on a downward spiral. They got Sons of Man twice, Black Diamonds, and they got Assassination Day. The Woodrow division is a fucking clusterfuck. Nobody except it's a 4-horse race. Bring the Pain is out of it. They're 2-11. This right here might be the worst team in the league. I know this team's a worse record to them. I think Winter Wars has a better roster than Bring the Pain, to be honest. I think this is the worst team in the league. They've lost 8 out of the last 9 games. On a 4-game losing streak. They got 36 Chambers coming up. 36 Chambers cannot wait to see this team because they need that win bad. They got Brooklyn Zoo back-to-back. They got Old DBs and Guns and Razors. So they're done. Golden Arms 5-5 under the 12-game threshold. It's bad news for their coach. They got Brooklyn Zoo coming up, Cash Rules, ODBs. This team's been up and down. At one point, they were 3-2. They were 5-4. Now they're 5-5. So they've been, back and forth. Cash Rules. Mikey 2K's teams won 4 straight games. So they started hot. They started 3-0. They lost 5 games in a row. They've bounced back with wins against Protecting That Killer Hills and a back-to-back against that 36 Chambers series was so devastating, bro. That was so bad for Billy because if you take a look, they're 6-6. But they had won 2 straight games. They won 3 out of the last 4 games, and they were looking up. They were looking good. And then they lose back-to-back to Cash Rules and, in my opinion, I think that what we're seeing now at 36 Chambers the past couple of seasons, I'm going to tell you what we're looking at. We're taking a look at a player, first half Jay, that obviously is not the player that we thought he was. He's definitely not the player that Chalk's saying he is.
Yo, I have a question. Just one question.
Yo.
Is there any way for me to not play?
I can't. You're breaking up. I hear you. I hear your turn signal, but I don't hear you. You're breaking up.
You hear me now?
Yeah, for now, but you got to answer your question.
Okay. Is there any way that I cannot make playoffs? Just wondering.
Because
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, if you lose, listen, if you lose the rest of your game,
get them done over and done with.
if you lose the rest of your games, you'll be 8-10, and you don't want to do that because you got Assassination Day, Rushing Elephants at 7-6. Wu Gambino's only got 9 games played. Their coach is probably getting fired, but they're 4-5, so it's like they still got games left. You know, you got Sons of Man, Black Diamonds at 7-5, 7-6. Go, you know, Cash Rules 7-5, 36 Chambers 6-6. So you still have teams that are there. They're a game or two behind you. So I mean, listen, you want to get to 10 wins. That's what you want to do, bro. You want to make sure you get 10 wins will get you in the playoffs in this league, for sure, 100%. You want to make sure you get to 10. Right now you're 8-4. You want to get to 10. But like I was saying with 36 Chambers in First Half J was given the keys as a first-round pick. And all we've gotten is mediocrity. Now, I don't give two shits about what he's doing in overnight tournaments. To me, that doesn't count for shit. I don't give two fucks what he's doing in Hoff or WR. I don't care that he's playing with chalk and he's getting carried. I don't care about any of that. Because if you get to when you get to the 2K league, this is how it is. You get drafted to a team with expectations. You don't put a free agent post out on Twitter. This is as close as it's going to get to playing in the pros. And what we've gotten is mediocrity, bro. Nothing. What we've gotten from him is nothing special. And that's just me being honest, bro. That's just me being honest. What we've gotten from First Half J since he's been anointed the starter, since he's been given Brow status, Venom status, KJ Splash, since he's been given the key, like all of those players, Famous Amos, Tutok, Unguardable, since he was given the keys and anointed in their mold, we've gotten middle of the pack play and a 6-6 record. Because remember, guys, when you're drafted as a point guard in the first round in SIBA, in a 40-team competitive league, when you're drafted in the first round as a point guard, you are essentially being labeled as a franchise player, as a difference maker, as someone that we're going to build around. You got, like I said, you got Brow. You got players in this league that have won MVPs. Like Zig said, you got Melodious, who's playing. I mean, but again, Melodious, the team's 7-7. You can have a breakout season with your stats, and to me, it doesn't matter. You're the point guard. You're the starting quarterback. All right? That team's win-loss record is going to hinge on you. Of course, it's a team game. Just like the NFL, just like football is a team game, right? But at the end of the day, you're the quarterback of that team. That ball is in your hands every possession. You are the only position on the floor that will touch the ball guaranteed every single offensive possession. You control the offense. You are the one who makes the first decision. You could be the center and never touch the ball. You could be in the corner. You could be the lock and barely touch the ball. But the point guard is going to touch the ball every possession of every game, every offensive possession. They will set the table. They will be the ones that make the decision. The very first decision of the offensive possession is being made through the point guard. You are the starting quarterback of that team. And your team is 6-6. That's just the reality. Brooklyn Zoos 7-4. Having a solid season. They went on a nice streak. Then they lost 2 straight. And they just beat Supreme Clientele. Man, they needed that because they were on the way. Of course, we're going to get playoff predictions. They needed that win because they were heading in the wrong direction with cash rules nipping on their ass. But they were able to win and maintain that half-game lead over Brooklyn Zoo and a game and a half over 36 Chambers. Final division. It's all said and done. It's done. Older Gods have won that division. They have locked a top 2 seed. They are locked in as a top 2. Don't know if they're going to get 1. It's going to be tough. I think Poisonous Darts win one more division. They win one more conference game, and they will have the tiebreaker over them. But Older Gods and Believe Buck, who looks like he's going to be walking away with his first ever Coach of the Year award, will walk away with a first-round bye, and they are the team to dethrone Protect Your Neck in such an embarrassing fashion. I mean, bro, it's tough because they didn't take down Protect Your Neck at their best. I mean, Protect Your Neck was already weak. They had inside turmoil. They had locker room issues. Kish left the entire fucking league. They were just a dead carcass, bro. And somebody was going to step in and take that division. And bro, Buck, you guys made it under. Like, not only did you take the division, you stomped it, bro. Like, you guys just like it's look, you're 14-4. Everybody else 6-6, 5-9. Nobody's going to come close.
I even loaded up this season, Feach. I don't even know if you saw that, bro.
You guys ended the season on a 9-game winning streak.
Yeah, I played the last 2 games.
There you were crying about the Protect Your Neck trade for Venom, and all you did was sweep them in embarrassing fashion. So I don't think that trade is going to really help them. They got a good team, though. They do. They got King's World there, Venom.
Yeah, regardless, Sav is going to put something together, whether it was the trade or not. He's going to figure it out. So
I don't think this season's going to be it. I think he's going to have to go back to the drawing board. I think he'll keep Venom. He'll keep King's World. And then he'll build around those guys. He'll get their input. And I think because, he's a great coach, I think he'll put some, not having, Kish and Usameter, Kish being the best lock in the league season after season, Usameter being hands down the best shooting guard as a 4th-round pick, that team was always going to be on the top. And nobody actually really beat them. They just collapsed internally. You know what I'm saying? And Moonthurl was gone after that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be a new regime over there for PYN. But, Sav is going to put it together. He will. He's got the pieces already. It's going to be the team's going to look a lot different. He's got Bert there. Like, the team's going to look a lot different than what you're used to, but it's still going to be good. So, it's, you're going to be fighting with them for the top of that division. I don't see anybody else in that division. Like, I thought Iron Flag was going to take a step forward. They took a step back. That was tough. So they're 3-9 at the bottom.
Remember now, with all these dudes at the bottom of my division with bad records, they're all probably going to be lottery. So next season is going to be a fresh reset.
But what are you going to do? I mean, they were lottery last season. They were 2-16. They, you know what I'm saying? They already had their top pick. Having a top pick in this draft coming up doesn't do you anything if you plan on keeping your top pick from last season. Let me take a look at something real quick.
Fees, earlier you were talking about Bills and War Games, right?
Yeah, but Iron Flag took Hezzy Kane. I don't think he's on the team anymore. They traded him. So, I mean, this was already their rebuild. Listen, Iron Flag went 2-16. They ended up with the 12th pick. Maybe you get a little better luck this time around in the lottery, right? But, I mean, how many times do you want to be in a lottery, bro? And you got old dirty bastards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're 5-9. They're not out of the playoff picture yet. They're not out of the playoff picture yet. They got 4 games. Listen, they got winnable games. Iron Man will be tough. Listen, Glacier's Advice is 7-6, but these are winnable games for ODBs, especially Bring the Pain. Like I said, Older Gods, they're done. Their season's finished. Protect Your Neck lost 4 straight games, but they beat the defending champs. That's a game that they had to win. Protect Your Neck's got going anywhere because they got Ferry Boat Killers and Iron Flag, 4 games versus them. Poisonous Dart's going to be a tough game. Assassination Day will give them a challenge. But I mean, if they go 3-1 against Faribault and Iron Flag, they're right there at 9-7. One more win will get them a 10. You know what I'm saying? So they're going to Protect Your Neck should be in the playoffs. They should. Faribault what?
9 might get 9 might get
No,
him in.
9 should get him in, but like I told Lazy, you want to get to 10. That'll slam the door on it all. You want to get to 10, 10 will get you in. And then you got Faribault Killers. They went on a little 3-game winning streak. They beat you guys. They beat Iron Flag. I knew Iron Flag was done when Faribault Killers swept them. They split with Old Dirty Bastards. Neither one of those teams are any good. I just don't have faith in that team at all. I mean, I don't have faith in Voltage as a coach, bro. I mean, he had Trey Dollars, Can't Guard, Rob, and Spam on the same team. Managed to go 10-8 and get swept in the playoffs. So, I mean, now you got Sincerely Q as a first-round pick keeper. You're going to be in a lottery again. You got to put that kid back in the draft, bro. I think you can go get him for a second or third-round pick, to be honest. I don't think anybody's picking Sincerely Q to lead their team. I mean, look, if Sincerely Q was going to be considered a top player, this team would not be 4-8 right now. I just don't see it. I don't know what he was talking about. Do you know what he was talking about the other day when he said he set his team up for the future? I don't know I don't know what future he set up. He's got Sincerely Q locked. I mean, if you had, listen, I'm set up for the future. I got Sincerely Q as a 5th. Okay, you got him as your lottery first-round pick is eaten up by a point guard that you benched his rookie season. And then you've given him the keys to this season, and you've managed to only go 4-8. So I don't know how you're set up for the future. I don't know what picks you got. Let me take a. Does he have like multiple picks? Like, am I missing something? Let's go to.
You might be talking about league players coming back, maybe.
What league players?
He wouldn't be any more set up than anyone else.
I don't know.
Draft status.
But
He's missing a second-round pick.
Hey, bro, don't worry about it. He's set for the future.
How is he set for the future? He's got no second-round pick. That went to Glaciers of Ice for something.
For Spam.
No, that was last season. Oh, that's right. Oh, no. That was last season, bro.
All right, but Feach, you say I heard earlier you were talking about our Bells of War games. When people literally are saying, "Hey, don't worry, I'll make sure I play y'all last," and are refusing to get in the gym against us, like won't give us extra 15 minutes because one of our players, like you know these other leagues they got no structure. They give out a forfeit, and then two hours before the deadline they reverse it. We push back our series 20 minutes, and our coach decides to have a mental breakdown, get his whole team off the game so we can't play him.
What are you talking about?
And then other teams just lose games and get off without warning us. A team has ghosted a back-to-back with us. It's a little difficult to get players in the gym when we get in the gym and the games we're supposed to play won't even show up to fucking play us.
How many games do you have?
We got 10, so that'd be 14 if those teams had showed up to play us.
Oh, I don't know what to tell you, bro. Now you guys are one of the few teams with that problem. So it's always is the coach, bro. It's always the coach.
But what the coach supposed to make the other team show up better?
No, I mean it's always the coach when it comes to not getting. Because if I got a new coach for that team, that season will be finished by the weekend. Because when you put yourself in a position, right, where it's Sunday, and you have to get 2 games in tonight. All of a sudden, if teams can't get in the gym, you're fucked. It's not their fault. You had 2 weeks to get 12 games. There were other nights. Are you trying to tell me there was never a night where you guys couldn't get on because you didn't have your team?
I mean,
have you been available? Has your full five? Has your full 5 been available every night for the past 14 days?
My full 5 hasn't, but I'd say out of 14 days, there's at least 11 days where we had a team that we were good put out there.
All right. Well, when you see yourself falling behind, there's times when you just gotta listen. I gotta go to the waiver wire. I gotta cut these players. I gotta do something because I'm falling behind. At some point, you don't have the luxury anymore to wait. You said you can't play in the weekends. You got to be put on waivers. That's it. You got to get cut or some or
So
some.
He's gonna waive his 5th-round keeper assistant coach because I can't.
Or he
because,
lose.
like,
I mean, listen. He doesn't have. He doesn't have.
because I don't play after 9 Central on weekends.
Listen, he doesn't have a 5th-round pick anymore if he gets fired from the team. You understand what that means? You get it? Like he has no more. He doesn't have any more keepers or picks. He doesn't have any picks. He's back in high school coaching again, trying to work his way back up. So you don't have that anymore. Like, of course, yes, it's either you lose your pick there or you lose your whole team. You just got to do what you got to do.
But there's literally been times where we like, okay, we can't get a full 5. We signed a free agent, and then the other team decides to get off the fucking game.
Oh, like again, you guys have been 6-4 for a while. There's only There's only a handful of teams out of 40.
Feach, rumor has it they don't want to play without Bump, is what I heard.
Well, listen. Now that we're on, listen. Now, look. Hold on. No, wait a second. I'm gonna help you out. Listen, I'm gonna help. I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna help you out real quick. Yo, Buck.
Yo.
Want to give them you want to give them a coaching lesson on how you finish your 18 games in 2 weeks?
Oh, this is an easy one, Feach. You asked the right person.
Okay.
So first of all, you got to take your boy C Buzz on OVNs, brother. Let's start there.
Okay.
So what? One thing I'm gonna say.
Second of all,
I
y'all
never
wait
schedule games for an
to be
OVN
talking about other people not loading up.
Oh, so C Buzz is your point guard, and it's all making sense. It's all making sense now. It's all making sense.
Let believe Buck cook real quick. Let him cook. Hold on.
Hey, Bestfit, your mic is going so crazy right now. I can't even hear a thing you're saying. Yeah, but C Buzz ain't never been the problem. Like if he has a series, he lets us know ahead of time, way ahead of time. But he never been like, nah, don't schedule that late. I got overnight. I can't play. That's never been him. So hey Buck, you got to know what you're talking about before you start throwing wild shit on my players. Like
So wait a second. So why do I see this clip return? He got his Zen as you guys' point guard for the first 2 games of the season.
What's up?
He's on a whole nother team.
I watched your boy Bump playing overnights too. That was my next point I was getting to, but you ain't let me finish. I think you saw that coming, huh?
The thing is, me not being able to get a 9:30, 10:30 game, I swear to God, none of you.
It don't even matter. We always
I load up at midnight for y'all. Y'all don't want to play past 10 o'clock.
Niggas don't Niggas don't want to.
We would stay on late as fuck for y'all.
So the first game of the season you guys had, C Buzz had MPBA, so he couldn't show up for opening night for you guys.
But
so there you go.
Feach, Feach.
What does that matter?
But
he's played 6 out of 10. He's played 6 games out of the 10. He's only got 6 games this season so far.
Voltage. You said.
So wait a second. So listen. Your starting point guard is 6 games, your starting point guard is 6 games in 2 weeks. Your starting lock is 8 games in 2 weeks. Look. You guys are on the call right now with Buck. Buck finished his entire season 18 games in 2 weeks. Why don't you guys listen? No, don't answer. Why don't you guys listen to Buck, and he'll tell you how to get it done. Buck, tell him how to get it done.
All right, so boom, check it. So number one, I got players that play other things too, like BYOT and other stuff. I got KJ Splash and Barry. Barry's notorious for not wanting to load up for people. All you got to do with these dudes, bro, is basically just tell them, like, listen, I need 8 to 10 open.
Holy shit.
Like, that's what it is.
Black, that might be stupid,
dude. Push back. I don't care about your other leagues. I'm not your coach over there. I don't care about that shit. And you basically have to be like that.
But the thing is, like, it's so rare that they have something before like 10:30 Eastern time. So us not being able to find a single game for 10:30 Eastern, and then when we do find a game, I get ghosted for a back-to-back. And then we gotta push them back 15 minutes, and the other coach has a mental breakdown.
I don't know. Why is it that Buck didn't run into these problems?
Hey,
or
bro,
why you
maybe,
didn't report the
maybe
problem.
Bucks got himself.
Oh, maybe.
I
How
don't know,
about? How
'cause-
about? I got.
hey,
I got a good.
hey,
I got a good. Hold on. I got a good
I-
question for
I-
you. You got a team in your
I've been
division.
on a team that finished 16 games in a week.
You got a
I've been
team.
on-
You got a team in your division. Outlet, his first season as coach. He finished 18 games in 2 weeks. Same division, same opponents. Same division. How did he do it?
Hey man, maybe he's gifted and talented, Feach.
No,
I mean,
it's you know what it is. He's
not.
not. Hey, listen, he's getting his team in the gym like he's supposed to, and you got Black, who's notorious for what? Coaching. How many times have I fucking kicked this dude out or fired him for coaching in other leagues? Blah blah. Do you not notice a pattern here? Do you understand what the word? You know what a pattern is, bro? You know what a pattern is? This is what we call a pattern of behavior. You understand what I'm saying? Like, this is not new shit. See Buzz in this league, bro? 6 games played in 2 weeks. That is a pattern, bro.
Oh, come
You know what I'm saying?
on,
Like this is the
dog.
same.
There's-
It's this, bro. Let's
Feach.
hold on.
There's
For a
literally
second,
been
bro.
times where Seabus has been.
Feach,
sitting in
I
the
have
park.
literally, Feach, I've like. you
Oh
got
my
this
God, you're
weird
so
obsession
fucking
with
yo,
me.
Buzz. You are so fucking
You
lucky
got this weird
that this
obsession with me
fucking
that like
pussy.
you think,
Bro,
you
you're
think
so
that I
lucky
play
that this
overnight
clown
every
wiped
single
out his
night?
stats out because I was gonna go season per season with you and show you how many games you've played. But we're
On
gonna
God
be
you
able to.
can. On God.
I can't now
I
because
think
this
that-
clown wiped all that shit out. We gotta wait till.
I think the least games I've played in a season is maybe 14.
Yeah, my ass. Get the fuck out of here. There's no way.
Feach, I've never once told one of my SIBA coaches, I can't play tonight, or I'm not showing up, or don't schedule for these times. I'm playing overnight. I've never done that, bro. I don't know why you. I don't know why you got this obsession with me that you think that I play overnight every single night. I don't.
I don't know what you do, bro, and I don't care neither. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And here's the thing also, when my SIBA coach texts in the chat and says, "What times can you play?" I'm trying to schedule games. I tell them what times I could play, and I show up. I don't know. I don't know what else you want from me.
Seabus will literally come sit in a party as we fucking try our hardest for like an hour and a half to snipe a matchup because no one else would even schedule us for that time. He'll just sit there, just chill for an hour and a half, just hoping we can get a game.
listen. I'm just saying you got outlet in your division, 18, and I'm not even saying you should be finished. I'm just saying you had to get to 12. The dude is finished, and he's in your division. You got Buck sitting here, 14-4. Last season, what did Clutch do in less than 2 weeks? Just like Buck, 14-4. Now what is he? What are they? 15-1. How is Clutch do? Clutch is doing this shit 2 seasons. Listen, Clutch is doing this shit 2 seasons in a row. He's doing this shit 2 seasons in a row.
SIBA team ever, Feach.
Huh?
Ever. I was on the fastest finishing SIBA team ever. You act like I don't know how to get.
That was the
fuck in
Pro
gym.
Tools team that finished 16 games in a week.
Yes, I was on that team. I was the starting center for that team.
Right, I remember.
I know how to get the fuck in the gym, Feach. Like,
But you're not the coach, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you know how to get the team in the gym.
We're not doing anything else. Hey, we're not doing anything else that we are doing that season. We're the night before we're hawking for matchups. We have like we clear at least like a 2-3 hours in the middle where we can all fucking play, and we try to play during that time. It's just if I can't get a game, who the fuck am I supposed to force to play me?
You understand that every fucking team has this issue. You understand? Yo, do you understand that every team,
stop ducking me,
bro? Every team has the.
I'm 15 minutes late for a game. Come hop in the fucking gym instead of hopping off Xbox when I'm 15 minutes late.
Every team has these issues of players not loading up, ducking. Every team has this issue. It's not just you.
Wait, I just got here, so can I know like I only like started listening like 5 minutes ago, so like what exactly like is the issue being discussed? Like I understand
we don't have
getting
enough
games
played.
done.
We don't have enough games.
Well, the issue was, listen, we were just going over the playoff picture and stuff like that and everything, and you know, obviously you're not in the coaches chat, so you don't know this, but I posted in the coaches chat Saturday or Sunday morning. I think Sunday morning. I said, yo, the following teams need to get to 12 games. And I listed all the teams that did not have to by the end of the night, by Monday. Didn't matter what you had to do. You had to get to 12 games. You knew this already. It's 6 games played minimum per week. 6 games.
Did somebody say 15 minutes late? Or am I tripping?
Listen,
bro. Because I got the screenshot.
Bro, listen to me. 10, it is 6 games. All you need to listen. All you need to avoid this bullshit from me is having 6 games played a week. That's it.
Yeah,
That
it's
is
like I wasn't
easy.
talking
That
to
is
him. He
easy
said
to do,
whatever.
bro.
That was
That's easy to do. And with the amount of volume of games played that you guys play on this fucking shit every day. I mean, you're talking about overnight tournaments. You're playing fucking 8, 10 games a night. It's easy to get to 6 games in a week, bro. I mean, you can get that shit done in 2 days.
Feach, I swear, if I could get 8 games in a night of SIBA, I'd be a
Nobody expects you.
ecstatic.
Listen, nobody expects you to do
I
that.
would
Nobody
Feach,
expects you to do that.
I would no Feach. What you're not hearing me right. I would love to sit down and play 6 fucking SIBA games in a night. That'd be a splendid evening. But I can get maximum 2 games in like a night. Maximum.
That's
ever.
all you need. 2
But
games a
some
night,
nights-
3 nights a
Some
week.
nights we can't get a game.
Bro,
Like, and,
2
like, you know.
games a night, 3 nights a week. That's all you need. That'll get you to 6 games. You know what that does? That allows me to start the fucking. That allows me to do the All-Star game, the award races. Allows me to start talking about playoff picture and shit like that. I mean, you guys are behind games. Like your team's got 18 games played. You have 10. You're behind 8 games to the division leader, to fucking to Supreme Clientele. You know what I'm saying? Like, what am I supposed? Wu Gambino says 9 games played. The fuck am I supposed to do with that? When everybody's got 12, 13, 15 games played.
That Wu Gambino's organization is shambles. They made one of the worst trades I've ever seen. But that's besides from the point. I mean,
You only got 1 more game played than them, so I don't know where you get your high horse from.
Feach, we have 4 games scheduled for tonight. We'll see how many we actually end up being able to play.
Okay.
Well, yeah, because if we come out of this and we don't have at least 2 of those 4 games played, because we'll be there. Feach, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna make sure there's 5 Bells of War jerseys out on those fucking floors. And if we don't get at least 2 games played out of the 4 we have scheduled tonight, I don't know what I can do.
Well, listen, you need to get way more than 2 games, bro, because you were supposed to have 2 games last night.
You're not picking out. You're not hearing what I was saying.
I heard what you're saying. If you can get 2 out of the 4 you have scheduled, yeah, I get it. I don't care anymore about what you got scheduled.
We be in the gym. We can't get a game to play.
I've been hearing the same shit for years, bro. It's been hearing the same shit for years.
When coaches personally text you and say, "Hey, I'm gonna make sure you're my last game of the season."
Well, then you know what? If you're not sending me that, then shame on. Then you're gonna get fired. Then that's it. And that's it.
I have a question though, Feach. Have you addressed the Method Man saying they don't want to play us because they want to
Bro,
wait?
we're playing
They want
tonight.
they want
What
to
are you
wait.
bitching about?
They want
We're
to
playing
wait
y'all
to see if
tonight.
I get kicked
We're
or
playing y'all
if
tonight.
Black gets fired.
We literally are on a schedule with y'all tonight. What are you complaining about?
No,
You missed our lock game to be in a WR game, my boy. Don't come here talking shit, my boy.
"Hey, I want to wait."
Listen, bro, screenshots or it did. Listen, these are things that you got to screenshot, bro. So you know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to hear
They're
hearsay.
spewing bullshit. They're spewing bullshit. We were in the gym for 30 minutes because he was in a WR game, missing a lock time. And
Who was missing a WR? Who was in a WR game?
I said this shit to you in the commit's office. It was C-Bus, bitch ass. He was in a
I was in a
WR
I was in
game.
a Hoff series that
Fuck outta
started.
here. We were in the gym
playoff
for
Well, then
series
get
that
then
started
you
at
know
7.
what? Then hey, guess
Fuck outta
what?
here.
Then guess what? Obviously, you got to have a backup point guard on hand at all times
We were in
because
the
this
gym for
kid's
30
playing
minutes.
WR and
I got this
MPBA and all this
shit
other shit. It's not my problem.
in
I
the
don't
gym for
care.
30 minutes.
Listen, at the end of the day, I don't care how you get it done as long as it gets done. That's it. So if you're waiting to have your starting point, and if you want to sit here and cry to me and say, "Yo, Feach, what am I supposed to do? Play without my starting point guard?" Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. Or if you don't, someone else is going to be coaching that team next season. You want to get fired over players like C-Buzz? Be my guest. I don't give a shit. I guarantee you the next coach I bring up, a college coach, I guarantee you, is going to probably put this dude back in the draft, get his point guard that they're going to know is going to load up, and that team's going to win. And that coach not going to lose his spot. Yo, Buck, would you ever tolerate this shit from a player like C-Buzz?
Yo, to be honest with you, I would never draft C-Buzz, just
Tolerate
flat out.
what? Tolerate what?
You got 6 games played in 2 weeks.
That shit got nothing to do with me. I don't know.
Nothing to do with you. Of course not. Because you were
Bro,
benched for the fucking
bro,
season. That's
he's the type of dude, bro, that'll hop on any wave that's hot and put it over SIBA at any moment.
Again, it's not my
What are you
the
talking
thing.
about, Buck? Like that makes no
But like the
sense.
thing. See, the thing to me is like I don't care about that. Like it's not my business. I don't care where he plays, what he does. I just care about seeing Bells of War with 12 games played by the fucking third Monday. That's all I care
I mean, you
about.
made it clear, bro. You wrote a fucking
I,
essay in the coaches chat
I
about it.
I made it. Listen, I don't care if C-Buzz only plays 5 games. That's your problem, not mine. That is not my problem, bro. It becomes
I show up when asked. That's all I'm saying.
it becomes my. So then you're not being asked to play. So you're not the starting point guard. Okay, 100%. Then you know what? Then guess what? Then your coach would definitely get fired. 100%. Then the coach would definitely get fired because he's not even. So you've been available. He just doesn't ask you to play. Had he been asking you to play, you guys would have been at like 14 games. But he's just not asking you to play because he's just in a fucking WR select game or some shit. You know. Like it's even worse that he doesn't ask you to play, or that you show up when asked. Because obviously you're not being asked if you played 6 games this season in 2 weeks. Again, not my business. Don't care what you do with your game and your time. Don't give a fuck. That's between you and the coach. If the coach comes to me and says, "Yo, I drafted this dude and he's never fucking showing up, never around. Get rid of him." That's when I just get rid of you, because the coach is now telling me like this is the reason why I can't get games and this is a problem. But he's not doing that. He's not telling me anything. He's just sitting there thinking that I'm bluffing. Or he's just sitting there thinking that, yo, it's all right because I'll just get 4 games tonight. Like, he's just sitting there thinking that all he's got to do is blame the other coaches and show me screenshots of managers and coaches ducking times with him. Like, I don't have a fucking inbox full of that shit from every fucking team and every fucking coach. You know how many times Lazy sent me those messages over and over again when I was on his ass because he had 5 games played in fucking 10 days or 9 days? Guess what? I said, yo, I don't care. I don't want to hear the excuses. That's it. He got to 12 games last night. He's off my radar. That's all. That's it. That's all I fucking care about. I don't care about this other shit. I don't care about your MPBA series. I don't care how many games you've played. That's between you and the coach. If the coach comes up to me and tells me, dude, this guy is never on, bro. He fucking made us wait. I had to go next man up. I had to fucking get a free agent because we had a game for 9:30 and he's in a WR series or whatever. Bro, get rid of him. Then you're gone. And then you got to pay a fine to get back in. But if the coach doesn't tell me anything, if the coach says nothing and he's tolerating your shit, then it's going to be the coach that gets fired when he doesn't get his games in. That's how it works. I don't have the time, bro. I don't have the time in my life to follow you around and see what you're doing. None of yous. My coaches are my first line of defense. That's where I get my information from. If I'm not getting info from the coaches, then I'm just going to assume that they're deadbeats.
Black's asking to come up to the stand and talk.
Yeah. So
defend himself.
So I came because Black. I'm reading Discord. Black is saying that he had a free agent in the gym waiting for.
Feach, look in the commissioner's office. I sent you the screenshots. Look, you see when they asked me for a code at 10 p.m. At a 9:30 locked game. There's no argument. Go look at it.
Nonetheless, I was driving, so I couldn't hear. Feach, there's no way I don't make playoffs, right? I make playoffs regardless.
No, you haven't clinched anything. You didn't clinch it yet.
So if I sweep my division,
I told
games,
you were not listening when I told you this when you spoke earlier.
No, I lagged out.
I said you get to 10 wins. That'll hammer it down.
All right, bet. Thank you. Bye bye.
All right. It sucks that Lazy. You still here?
Yes, sir.
All right, so Lazy, you were behind games, right? And you ended up getting it done. You got coaches on here that weren't able to get it done. They were sitting there 6-4. Everybody saw the message I put in the coaches chat saying, "Yo, these are the teams you got to get to fucking 12 games tonight. I don't care how you do it." And bro, the only team that actually played was like your team. Harlem Energy got a game in. He didn't get the games he needed, but he played. But like, Bells of War didn't even play a game.
But I'm gonna say this, and I don't want you to take offense to this. You say we got to get the games in, but sometimes it's apparent and it's obvious that people are ducking games. I got people telling me we're not playing your team unless we have the full 5 on the court. I got people asking if I'm loading up myself or am I loading up with free agents. And I had to tell the team, yeah, I'm actually loading up. And then they played. So, I mean, I get where you're
Yeah,
coming
but you
from.
got to
Get the
first of all
games
listen. You
done.
got to document all that. Number one, and number two, like that happens to every team. That happens to every team, but we still have teams. You still have Buck finished in 2 weeks, 18 games.
Oh
Outlet
no,
finished in
100%.
2 weeks, 18 games.
I also think this is based on availability. I have Claymon Green and Com who get home at 8:45 from work, not from other leagues, from work, and from 9 on they're playing. So we'll get 2, 3 games in, and every day I was like, "Yo, let me get some games in." Because if I did 2 games a day like how I wanted, I would have finished. If there's 18 games, I would have finished in 9 days. But because of people saying, "Oh, we don't got this person on, we don't got this person on," I even
So,
locked games
so
and people disappeared. I think next season you got to find people who lock games and then don't play the lock games unless there's a dire excuse. Find them. You got to find them.
So, in other words, what you're saying is teams have ducked you, teams have given you all this bullshit, blah blah blah, and yet and still you were able to meet the 12-game requirement after 2 weeks.
Oh no, 100%.
Thank
Because
you very
at
much.
one, I,
That's all I
I,
needed to hear. That's all I needed to hear.
because I had to load up though. I had to load up
It
with
doesn't
free
matter.
agents
Listen,
for
you did
teams to
what.
take
Listen,
the
you
game.
did what you had to do. You did what you had to do to get your 12 games done. You didn't want to load
No,
up, but you did because you know you needed to reach that point, especially as a new coach. You know you probably wouldn't have survived that. You did, especially because you missed the deadline last week. You only had like what 4 games, 5 games. You missed the 6 games the first week, so you had to come back and catch up, and you did. Other coaches, and what I'm trying to tell you is other coaches didn't. Other coaches didn't do what they had to do to get to that threshold. You did, and you've been dealing with the same shit that bot account is saying bells of war deal with, right? That
Yeah.
that
And then I have one more
Golden Arms
question.
is dealing with. Like you dealt with all the same shit too. You got it done. They didn't.
I got another question too. That's not about like rankings and all that. I was looking at the draft status, and for some reason, it's saying I don't got my third pick again this year. Is there a reason for that, or did Kenny trade it?
I look at that draft status. I don't know if I could have.
I don't think it's been updated.
I could have
don't think it's
sworn I
been
updated it.
Yeah, because I know I traded my fourth to Kemp, and I know last the draft that just passed, I didn't have a third because it got traded in the comp trade. I didn't trade away my third, so I was just wondering if it was a mistake or not. No biggie if it is.
Nah,
I was
it's
just
it's,
wondering
it's
because
probably
I'm
enough.
planning.
I'm gonna have to go through transactions now. I just created a bunch of work for myself.
All right, I
I'm gonna have
appreciate it.
to-
All right, so I'm gonna go back on mute. Enjoy your space.
All right, well, we're looking like we're almost wrapping it up here anyway. I mean, you know, we got guys wanted to know like what college coaches were looking to move up and shit like that. I didn't get to go over that shit, you know. I want to talk about some. Listen, I want to talk about some of these trades. But see, like, look at this, like right here, like Killer B 6-8 bells. Like this right here is fucked. You know, like winter wars at only 10 games played. To me, I mean, I want them to be at more, but it doesn't matter. They're so far out of it, right? That like I don't give two shits that they're at 10 games and not 12 because they're not in the mix of anything. You understand? Like they're only holding. Sure, they're holding teams back, but like you know. We want to do playoff predictions. Like this right here in the middle of all this shit is annoying to see. You know? Not being at 12. Cuban Links at 11. I just realized that they're at 11 games. They didn't make the 12. It's fucking crazy.
It's just impossible to schedule with like our whole division.
I don't know, man, because Supreme Clientele finished already.
Oh, and we got our game with them out of the way.
Yeah, but you know what? Yeah, you got your game with them out of the way. But guess what? All those teams that you say are difficult to schedule with, they play them all. They play Cuban Links twice. They play Killer Bees. They play Winter Wars twice. They got those games done. And Outlet, this is his first season as a coach, and he finished first. He finished. He's a second team finished.
Integrals was the assistant coach and did everything while Outlet scheduled.
I don't want to hear. I don't give a shit about that. I don't give it. So then you should. So then you should have scheduled with them when Integrals were still there. Not my problem.
We tried to schedule with Integrals and Harlem just wouldn't put out a full 5.
Right, I know Harlem was ducking. I hear you guys. Supreme Clientele is playing all the same teams you guys are. They're 10-8. I don't want to hear it, bro. Don't care. You are where you are in games. You're 6-4. You could have been 6-8. You could have been 10-8. That could have been you, but it wasn't. You ended up having less games. That's all. That's it. I don't care about anything else. Coaches know by this time, and if you don't know, now you know. You got to hit deadlines. You got to get it done, bro. And listen, to me, I got to play without SIBAs. We're going to lose. This is every game counts. Not my problem.
If I thought that, then he wouldn't have 6 out of our 10 games played.
Not my problem.
Hey, Peach, it seems like the word of the day today is accountability.
I kept saying this. The best ability you can have in this league is availability. That is the best fucking ability to have in this league. Let's take a look at people talking shit in league chat. Going nuts. My man Swank wanted to coach. He should have just went down to high school and coached, to be honest. Playoff predictions. We can finally do this stuff. Playoff predictions because we're in the second week. See, this is the week that we're supposed to be doing award races, talking about all-star games, but because the stats were erased, I don't know if we're all caught up. I have to talk to my stats team and see where they're at as far as the stats.
Not caught up yet.
Well, if we're not caught up, then I can't do it. We got to listen. I know it's annoying, bro. I know it's a lot of work, but we gotta put it in an overdrive because we're gonna have I don't think I can't start season 24 with empty stats. We have to do from season 8. We have to start building it all. I can't do the legacy. I can't update the all-time points and so I can't. You know what I'm saying? Like I need the all-time stats available to me. So I don't want to delay it. You know what I'm saying? But we might have to. Sucks, but that's the position that we're in. Playoff predictions. So Supreme Clientele is already clinched. Let's go division winners. I'm yawning right now. We're going to end this shit after these playoff predictions. Division winners. I think Cuban Link's going to come back and take that division. I think they're good enough. Bells of War, I don't even know if they make the playoffs because who knows if they're going to get their players in the gym or not. If these dipshits actually show up, like SIBAs and, they can get them on the court, then yes, I think that team can absolutely win 12 games. Cuban Links with the big trades. They got Moon Thorough. They shipped off King's World. We'll see how that works out for them. Killer Bees, I don't think make the playoffs. Although they look good with Skate and Cloyd made a pretty decent backcourt tandem. Winter War is obviously done. I see Cuban Links winning that division, coming back from behind and taking it from Supreme Clientele. Mariners Harbor division. I like Johnny Blaze to take that division. I think their best games, they have enough games ahead of them. Killer Hills got to get it together. They're underachieving, bro. Like, this is why Black's getting fired. Like, you're trying to lie on C-Buzz. So who's still here? Bot account. This is why a coach gets fired. Defending a guy who's got 6 games played. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that just goes to me. That just shows me that you have no fucking clue how to be a coach here. Like, you just have no fucking clue. So, I mean, listen, unless you guys win the fucking title, bro, we're going to be moving. I'm going to be moving a college coach up to take Bells of War. I think Johnny Blaze takes that division. Mariners Harbor for sure. I think they'll come back. I don't want to count Killer Hills out. I don't understand why they're 6 and 7. I don't get why they're underachieving this much. They got Jumper. They got Baited. I mean, he got his boy. Like, I don't understand why they're underachieving that much. But they should be way better than 6 and 7. Nobody's catching bulletproof wallets in that division in the Park Hill. The Sorrento pick was probably the pick of the draft. To be honest, it was exactly what Philly needed. They're fucking 10-4 now. They're not going to be 10-8. They'll probably end up winning 12 games and going 12-6. They'll take that division. They'll end up number 2 in the conference. Glaciers of Ice is a nice surprise. Liquid Swords have been inconsistent, but it's good to see them at 7-5. I think they should make the playoffs. Wu Chronicles have already nailed down, put the nail in the coffin. So they've already taken that. Guns and Razors are clinging. Bring the Ruckus needs more. I mean, they're 7-7. You know what? Let's open the schedule while we talk about this too. Let's take a look at who Bring the Ruckus has left and see what kind of move they can make. So they got 4 games left. They got Criminology back-to-back. That's big. They got Cuban Links and Pro Tools. So you want to win 10. They got to go 3-1. They're going to have to go 3-1, get to 10 wins. You don't want to go 9-9. There's too many teams right around this area. There's too many teams around. There's too many 7-6, 7-5, 8-6, 7-5. Like, there's too many teams here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Like, yeah, there's 12 teams. That's the thing that saves them. But, like, you don't want to go 9-9, bro, because you never know who's going to end up where. You never know the Iron Man come back, go 9-9. They're 6-8. You just want to get to 10 wins. That'll shut the door on the whole thing. Criminology, big games. They're 5-7, but they're not out of it. They're not out of it. Method Men need a miracle. I don't think 8-10 gets you in the playoffs this season. It just doesn't. But they can definitely play spoiler. They got 2 deadbeats on their fucking schedule. So, they'll figure it out. I like Bulletproof. These are the seeds. I like Wu Chronicles already number 1. I like Bulletproof Wild's number 2. Cuban Links will be number 3. Johnny Blaze will be number 4. And then you'll have Supreme Clientele who's already in. They'll be in. Pro Tools will get in. Liquid Swords will get in. Guns and Razors will get in. Bring the Ruckus will get in. So we got how many teams? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We need 3 more. So between Glaciers of Ice, Killer Hills, Bells of War, you want to say those 3 get in? You got Iron Man 6 and 8. They're right there. Criminology can push themselves right into the conversation again, guys. Like I said, it's not over for them.
What did you say we were in?
Who?
Elephants.
I didn't get to that conference yet.
Oh, sorry.
Scarface is 5-7. They're not out of it yet. What can Scarfaces do? They got Glaciers of Ice again. I mean, they lost to Glaciers of Ice. That was such a bad loss for them. So some of these teams just have bad losses. Like, they lost 4 of the last 5 games. They have bad losses. They lost to 8 Diagrams. Like, some of these teams, like, some of these teams just have bad L's. Like, L's that you just can't take if you want to go to the playoffs, bro. Like, you just can't. Like, those are like, you can't get that 8 Diagrams loss back. You can't get that Glaciers of Ice loss back. And it doesn't get any. You got another game of Glaciers of Ice. Every single game left for Sunny, the teams have a winning record. Do Knuckleheads have a shot at playoffs? Listen, if you win out to go 9-9, it's possible. I don't even want to talk about your team until you get to fucking 7 wins. So you got Blaze tonight. That's going to be big. It's going to be big for Blaze. If at 4-9, he said troll situation. If at 4-9, you want to be in a conversation at 4-9, you went on a little 3-game winning streak. All right. To me, I don't think that Knuckleheads are in the conversation. But Nova Assassin has been playing his ass off the past 3 games, and he's been putting that team on his back. Yet another team failing because they put their faith in the Pull Whites. I don't know why you guys keep doing this, but the teams won 3 straight games. Teams won 3 straight games, and you got 5 games left. You got Winter Wars. It's winnable. Ghost Showers is 8-4. Johnny Blaze is gonna be. Listen, the back-to-back Johnny Blaze tonight. We'll see. If you sweep them, you go 6-9, and they'll be 7-7. You'll be right behind them. Sweep that team. Listen, sweep that team and play Winter Wars late tonight. Go sweep Johnny Blaze and schedule late night at like 11:30 with Winter Wars, and go 7-9, and then we could talk. I got to hit up Troy to do the playoff picture. Diagrams done. 7 wins not going to cut it, bro. Like I said, I don't even think 9 wins can cut it. I mean, 9 wins is going to cut it for maybe a couple of teams. You're going to be looking at a lot of tiebreakers. All right, Wu-Tang Conference. So Shadow Boxers are 8-4. I like the Elephants to come back and take that division, though, even though they're a game and a half back. I mean, I think they were red hot. I mean, that loss to last night to protect your neck, got to shake it off. Got Wu Gambinos coming up and Shadow Boxers coming up. Those are big games for the defending champs. Big games. 4 more division games. You're going to need to take those, Gio, because the division's too close, and you're going to need these tiebreakers. You're going to have to go out there. You got to sweep Wu Gambinos, bro. I mean, that team, like, Kemp's trying to get fired.
We play. I think we have Wu Gambinos and Shadowboxers left. I think we can.
And then Killer
split
Hills.
with Shadowboxer. I think we could split with Shadowboxers, sweep Wu, and I think we have a better. I think we could sweep Killer Hills. To be honest with you, the way they're playing right now, Hearn is fucking playing duck duck goose with power forwards right now. Speaking of that, did you see Hendricks got put on waivers today?
No, I didn't. I don't know.
That looks sus.
I don't know why he's on waivers, bro. Get him off waivers, bro.
He shouldn't even be on in the Discord right now.
Why the fuck's he on waivers?
But yeah, I think that team's good. Me and Perk executed that Galando pickup pretty good. So Galando on our roster definitely is helping us because he can play lock and center for when Drip goes in food coma every night. But yeah, I'm liking the team right now. Jack Threes is ridiculous. He's a really good fucking player.
He's playing out of this world. I mean, they started 0-4. And a lot of people started talking, like, listen, maybe Jack Threes was fucking U-Bots made, blah blah blah, this and that. But they responded big. They went 7-1 after that. Like I said, that loss to protect your neck, gotta be shit. You just gotta shake it off and keep moving, bro. It's just a setback. That's it. Can't let that deflate the tire, bro. You gotta just get right back. Like, the best thing to do is just get right back in the gym the very next night and just continue. And I think that playing Wu Gambinos, get Killer Hills, get those wins and stuff like that. So by the time you play Shadow Boxes, bro, it's gonna be for the division. And Perk saying back sipping was the problem. Maybe it was.
It definitely was, because he. If you want some insider info, the first night Perk signed me, and I played corner to corner power forward, back end, and lock all in the same night. And back sipping, just like, I don't know if that SIBA championship tag gave him an ego or what, but he wouldn't listen to anybody but himself.
I think he left the Discord. I don't even think he's here anymore.
I kicked him. He refused. He's like, I'm never loading up for you guys again. Blah blah blah. I think I kicked him.
All right, well, it is what it is. He won't be missed. But tonight, 9 o'clock, back to back, you and Shadow Boxes is gonna be a big series. So.
Yeah, I got something for work going on, so Galando's stepping in.
And Galando had a triple-double the other night. He played well. That was a huge waiver wire pickup. That was a great job not wasting your waiver priority earlier. So a guy like Galando hit the waiver wire, you were able to scoop him up. That's a big addition, bro. That was an under-the-radar, gigantic addition from the waiver wire. I mean, you guys had the number 1 waiver priority because you had the last pick in the draft, and you used it correctly, bro. That was fantastic. So, him adding, like, you can't step in, so Galando stepping in, that's big. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they can
I'm like, he's not even stepping in. I mean, like, in my opinion, we're on the same, we kind of have a same skill level. If not, he's better. So.
Well, I mean, usually you guys, you want to find yourselves on the court at the same time. But, like, if you've got to slide over to play a position because you're not there, you can play lock. You know what I'm saying? He can play whatever you're playing, back end, I guess, or center. He had a triple-double at center last night. So, I mean, what's it called? It was a big addition. If a team wins it all, can they keep all 5 regardless of their picks? No, you have to have the picks to keep them.
Can I answer a question, Feed, about the waivers?
Yeah.
So say you don't use a waiver this season. Like, does it stay the same next season? Does it
No.
reset?
No.
Reset.
Okay.
It's always the reverse order of the first round of the draft. So if you got the number one pick in the first round of the draft, you're dead last with the waiver priority.
Okay. Okay.
Assassination Day, do they have the staying power? Will they stick around? They got legendary weapons, black diamonds, protecting that cash rules, and win awards. I mean, they do have win awards in their schedule, so just make them 8 and 6. They got C twice.
What is A-Day's roster? I'm looking at their roster.
The 7 is they got Uzi, they got C twice, they got Deuce.
Well, we played them. We split because Deuce was playing shooting guard.
Yeah, see, that was earlier in the season.
I mean, they have a good team. A-Day is good, especially with Terry as a 5th-round pick. People sleep on.
No, that's
Terry
right,
a lot.
Terry. And but they've lost. Listen, they've lost 4 or 5, so they stumbled a little bit. They split with Apollo kids. You don't want to see that. You want to take care of business against teams that are 3 and 13 in your division. But they, like I said, man, they got legendary weapons coming up. They got black diamonds taking that cash rules. Those are all 3 teams with at least a 500 record or a winning record. They got win awards. So, I mean, it's a race to 10. I mean, all 3 of you guys can make the playoffs. Shadowbox, Assassination Day, Elephants. That's more than possible. It's happened before. But I honestly think that the Elephants will take that division away from the Shadowboxers. I think that you guys will, you guys are red hot. I think you guys are the defending champs. So, 11 and 7 should do it. That would put. Listen, you sweeping shadow boxers would go a long way because you would have the tiebreaker over them. Let's take a look at this real quick. Hold on. You got 1, 2, 3, 4,
between
5. You have 6 conference wins right now, and they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they have 6 conference wins. Now in the division, they have.
We sweep the
1,
Apollo kids
2.
and split with A-Day. We beat Apollo kids, sweep it. We sweep Apollo kids and split with A-Day. We haven't played Wu Gambinos or Shadowboxers yet. So we have 3. They have 2.
Well, they have. Listen, they got a win against Assassinate, win against Apollo kids. So they're 2 and 2 in the division. And you guys are in your division. You guys are 1 and 1. You guys are 3 and 1 in your division. So you guys have the better division record. So right now, you guys have the tiebreaker over them for the division. And as far as like the wild card goes for the conference, that's to win the division. It goes by division record. Remember, we made that the Billy Costa rule. But for the actual playoffs, it goes by conference games.
Yeah.
So you guys both have the same. You both have 6 conference wins each up until this point. But you're 3 and 1 in the division. They're 2 and 2.
And then we're gonna be good next draft too because we Jack's a 3rd. We get our 2nd back because I booted back sipping from the cord, and then I don't know what Vector's deal is. Vector's been playing. He's been doing well.
Well, it was you know what I said to him in the message. He was what's it called? He wanted a coach, and Vector.
Huh.
And I was like, listen, bro, you can't choose the coach just to get yourself off a team you don't want to be on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, right now, what it is, you're filling U-Bot's shoes and you're not U-Bots. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I told him. And I guess that resonated with him, so.
No, but Vec's been good. Him and
That's
Jack
why Hoot was asking if you can keep all 5 because they were both first-round picks. Sorry, bud. Only one of you is going back into the draft, and one of you is being kept, or both of you are going back into the draft. But you both can't be kept unless there was
Who's Shadowboxer's other first-round pick?
Well, they got Fitz in the first round, and they traded for Hoot.
They got Fitz. They have Fitz and Hoot.
Yeah, so he can't keep them both. He only has 1 first-round pick going into next season.
Has Fitz played a good chunk of their games?
I don't know. I'd have to see, but
I think he said like 2 sentences in the league chat.
We're in the Princess Bay division, 13 and 3. Poisonous Darts. They got that shit locked down. Will Black Diamonds make the playoffs? Sons of Man, these teams are right on the cusp. Brooklyn Zoo, the Woodrow division is another division that it's not settled, where it's very close. 36 Chambers at 6-6, Brooklyn Zoo 7-4. They lead the division. It's still close. It's still tight. So even Golden Arms at 5-5, they may have a new coach when they're playing these games to finish out the season, but they're not out of it. You know what I'm saying? They're only 2.5 games. They're only 2 games back. So, 36 Chambers, like I said earlier, the issue with 36 Chambers, if I am Billy, I got a decision to make with my first round pick. I got a big decision to make about first half Jay. Is he a franchise guy? As of right now, I'd have to say no. I don't know what they got going on. I don't know what's going on in their locker room. I don't know what they speak about. I do know that, first half Jay had his little issue where he was kicked out. I know first half Jay is not happy there. I mean, the only thing that's going to make that kid happy is if he's on a team with the 2K Twins and Chalk and SIBA, which is never going to happen, right? I think first half Jay not being happy being there has to do with the fact that he's locked into a first-round keeper, and he can't be paired with another first-rounder. And to be honest, that just tells you all you need to know about his game, because all the best players are locked in, the first-round keepers, and they're winning. I mean, KJ Splash is locked into a first-round keeper, and that team's 14-4. The best players in this league, a lot of them are locked into first-round keepers. That's how it works. You're either going to win or you're going to lose. Like, some of these teams have their best players, like, Famous Amos, 5th round. Hey, you know what? That's what happens. I told you guys, you're going to want to coach an expansion team. That's a huge advantage. Nobody wanted to coach an expansion team because you guys are all fucking too smart for your own good. Right? But that was huge. You had Uzameter as a 4th-round pick. I don't think Sonny, Sonny has to keep him. There's just no way that Uzameter's allowed to go back into the draft and lose that 4th-round keeper. He has to be kept. Even if he doesn't want to be, he can't be put back in the draft. You got to keep him. And I think it will be good for Scarfaces, bro. I think it will be good for Scarfaces because, Sonny will have his secondary ball handler with him. He'll have the best shooting guard in the league, and it's only worth a 4th-round pick. So that frees up the top picks, man. So, I mean, there you go, right there. Now, that's good about fake step. Some of these guys win the All-Star game, they get to choose. They get to choose. But Meter choosing to go back into the draft, he's not going to go all the way down to 4th again. So he's going to be used with a 1st or 2nd rounder. That means he's not going to get paired with top talent again. Having that 4th-round keeper, it helps you as much as it helps the team. Because it guarantees. What's up, boo? It guarantees that you're going to be paired with top talent.
I got you more soundproof things.
Oh, cool. Thanks, Mama. You're live, by the way. What's all this? Oh, this is yours, huh?
What is it?
Flowers.
More?
Yeah. My keyboard came in.
Like a fucking garden.
Good.
Botanical garden.
So let's fast forward this. Let's say we got rushing elephants, poisonous darts, Brooklyn Zoo holds on, older gods. That's the 4, right? Then you got Assassination Day, Shadow Boxers. That's 5 and 6. Ghost Showers 7. Sons of Man 8. Black Diamonds 9. Cash Rules 10. Protect Your Neck 11. It's getting real tight Bro, this is getting real tight in this conference because I'm already down to 11 teams. That leaves you with 36 Chambers at 6-6. Wu Gambino's 4-5. Golden Arms at 5-5, still alive. Old Dirty Bastards at 5-9. And if they're alive at 5-9, then Faribault Killers is alive at 4-8. That means Legendary Weapons is alive at 5-9. The Wu-Tang Conference might take a long time to sort out. It might not be until like the last day of the season where we figure out who's going where, what seed, who's making the playoffs. It's going to be an exciting end to the season, guys. I can't wait to see it. I don't have listen, right now, the obvious prediction to win the championship is Wu Chronicles look like they cannot be beat. They look like they cannot be beat. I mean, bro, this one blemish, this 8 diagrams game, is what stands in the way between them and perfection at 18-0. No team's ever done it. They got to win these last 2 games to win 17 games and most games in a single season. Well, you know, we're at 18 games, not 16. But that's their one blemish. So this is the team to beat, guys. This is the Wu Chronicles are the team that's looking like they are going to win it all. But that's why we play the games, guys. All right, man. This has been a great stream. I've been here for 2 hours and 45 minutes. I plan only doing it for an hour and a half. It's already 5:36. So I didn't plan to be here this long, but I'm glad we did. I'm glad we had there's 117 viewers still. We're chilling. So I hate to end it on this note with so many people, but you know, gotta go, gotta run. So until next time, we'll do SIBA Today again sometime this week. Make sure you guys tune into these games tonight. My wife wants to stream, so I'll probably help her stream. You know, I'm trying to build her shit up. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get her shit going because SIBA's already established. I'm going to be partner anyway at some point. You know, but I'm still trying. She's not even affiliate yet, so I'm trying to help her get her numbers up so she can be affiliate and everything. So I'm concentrating on helping her out in that regard. I don't know if I can view bot anybody because I don't know if the view bots work. Yeah, let me see if I can send my view bots to Big Smooth. Does anybody know if view bots get rated?
I don't know. I have no idea.
What's Big Smooth's thing?
View butted viewers don't carry over raids. It's only real humans.
Damn.
Sadly.
Damn. Sorry, Big Smooth.
I don't know. I'm too old to figure that shit out.
There you go. 21, 27. Look at all those bots. Let's go. Rate them now. All right, fellas. We are out of the building.
Take care, Pete.
All right, guys.
Have a great rest of your day.